Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Ready for a lazy Saturday afternoon stream of ye old Banjo-Kazooie, brought to you by the fact that last time Bottles glitched our game to the point where we are no longer able to collect everything. So it was either not get all of the achievements or accept the fact that the only reason we play video games is to increase our gamer score, get those trophies. So it's time to replay it all over again. No, I was also worried about what other side effects that might have, because I think he probably also collected notes in like Rusty Bucket Bay and Click Clock Wood as well. So to avoid any possible problems, I figured let's just do it again. And this time we're not going to stop and smell the roses as much. We're just going to kind of get it done. And this might not, hopefully won't take too long. But Ella does too. Welcome, Daniel, Brady. Good to see you all. Electric Boogaloo, right? So the plan is to replay to the end of Mad Monster Mansion with everything, no glitches, and then maybe this Thursday we can finish the game up and start Banjo-Tooie next week. Still don't understand this like beta art that they use as the graphic here. That looks way more like Donkey Kong Country than anything out of Banjo-Kazooie. Very strange, but yeah, we're going to be jumping in, do the puzzle last. So here's the thing, since we got the achievement for the puzzles already, we don't even technically have to do it again on like the new file. Like we got the achievement. I don't care about any of the stuff that you unlock from those puzzles really. Like I don't even know if that's someone who plays the game 100%. Do we even do that? Probably not. It's all useless codes that just like change the size of various body parts, so they're not that important. But all right, so we're going to be jumping into Banjo-Kazooie here. Let's just get it done. Cut the fluff and just get to the game. Playing Resident Evil 4 on the Wii and honestly might become top 10 favorite game. Yeah, people say the Wii version is really good of Resident Evil 4. Happy to hear that you're enjoying it. Don't even need to watch that opening intro today. And there's that nice HD thing again. So one thing I'm going to do today, that's going to be a little bit different from previous streams, since I've already played this, since you really don't have to hear me yammer on about Banjo-Kazooie again, just making sure the volume's appropriate there for the desktop stuff, is I'm actually going to enter one of the voice channels of my Discord server. So if you want to jump in and talk about Banjo-Kazooie on stream, you can either say something really epic or you become the laughingstock of the whole schoolyard. I'm going to jump in there like right now after I make sure we check the right things here. And there you go. I've never done this before. Maybe it won't even work. I guess we'll see. But yeah, definitely, if you haven't already, check in the description down there for the link to the Discord server. And here we go. Again, may or may not work. And a thing that this gives us the opportunity to do is try and improve our position on the leaderboards, I guess, because we didn't prioritize speed the first time whatsoever. I'm definitely more of just to kind of play a game, have fun with it, don't rush through it too quick. But, since we're replaying this anyway, I guess we can try to prioritize speed a little bit. Plus, this gives us a chance to do the old Game Boy one, which, who doesn't want to do that? This game makes me more than... Very good, everyone. True Seed, welcome. Hope you're having a nice day. So yeah, we don't even need to watch this cutscene again. This is like part 45 of the Let's Play at this point. Oh yeah, I don't know any moves now. I also need to listen to anything that this guy has to say. In fact, he's the whole reason we have to replay the game, so he can just shut his mouth, like right now. Yeah, I guess just the best you can do is like hold B and get through this as fast as possible. We're definitely not doing all his tutorial stuff again. So, he can take that and do whatever he wants with it. But yeah, like I said, this is going to be like a laid-back thing. Where, yeah, again, anyone who wants to join in that chat is welcome to. It'd be kind of funny to see what others have to say about Banjo-Kazooie. Alright, we know. Is this all counting towards my time? Again, when we checked the leaderboards, there was someone who somehow, like, 100%ed the game. We don't need the training. In like 4 seconds. So how they managed to glitch that, I don't know. People still watch my video about entering cheat codes on the sandcastle floor. Ones that do things like give you infinite air and all sorts of other stuff that the game's not normally... Alright, we still can't even do that. The fast walk in there until we learn that in the first level. But I guess we'll collect all of the empty honeycombs while we're here. Like we can go over here and grab this one to reduce the amount that we have to come back to Spiral Mountain. Like that. We can do that, which is pretty cool. Hello, David Ray. Looks like you got here at just the right time. Yeah, we're just starting Banjo-Kazooie, trying to get back as quickly as possible. But yeah, hopefully this is a good playthrough here. Hopefully it's, you know, up to par with the other one, and again, no one will ever have to know that anything happened. And again, it wasn't my fault. It was the most relieving thing. I don't even need to get 1-ups in this playthrough. We showed off where they all were last time, and we didn't even use one, so we really don't need to stock up on them. But yeah, it was all Bottle's fault that we're replaying this, not mine whatsoever. And it was really scary because the whole time we were playing Mad Monster Mansion and I couldn't find those last 4 notes. Like, I wouldn't have been able to sleep that night. Like, it's like terrified at the fact that I've gotten so bad at Banjo-Kazooie that I couldn't even remember where all of the notes were. But it turns out that they actually did glitch out of existence. And you'll so often, it's such a coping mechanism to be like, no, it wasn't my fault, it was the glitch. But in that case, it actually was. It's like a surprisingly relieving moment there. But okay, almost done. I think we gotta bust up all of these guys. But otherwise, I've really enjoyed the Xbox 360 version. I think it looks really nice in HD. Again, the improvements are cool. I'm not so into like the whole notes come back when you, or don't come back when you leave the level, but you know, I get why they did that. And if it wasn't for that, you know, we wouldn't have had our, you know, encountered the glitch in the first place. So it's all that thing's fault. There you go, just like that. That's perfect there. And it's time to enter the layer with the bridge. I think that's over here. 4 seconds has to be hacked, says Daniel, right? Oh yeah, so back to the point of people still watch that video with the cheat codes that I made all those years ago. You can enter those in this version of the game, but I think it disqualifies you from the leaderboard, and you might not even be able to save your game after. Like, it stops auto-saving after you enter those or something. So that's interesting. But I still get comments sometimes, people asking me if they work on the 360 or the Xbox versions, and then the answer is that they do, but it does have some negative repercussions you need to be aware of. Where just in the N64 version, you can enter ones like infinite red feathers or infinite air as much as you like. But if you start entering ones like opening levels ahead of time and other kind of game skipping cheats, it's if you enter 3 of those, Grunty will actually delete your save file the next time that you turn the game on. And that's no joke, so it's actually very interesting. But alright, here we are, making record time here. My speedrunning career is coming to fruition. You enjoyed but you're really shy, says Brady. Oh, yeah, everyone has to start somewhere. Man, in my early videos, I didn't know the difference between A and B. But no, it's something you get used to for sure. And if you ever want to become a better speaker, like I was super shy as well. Like I would just, dread doing things like speeches in school or whatever. Now I would just get up there and just belt out whatever. The worst part about speeches is that you have to like memorize the thing word for word, or so they said, and then say it. Where I'm much more of a just, jot down a few notes and just yap. And the words just fly out like nothing. That's more my style. I'm not so into the scripts and all that. But yeah, I used to hate that sort of stuff, and uploading like 1,000 YouTube videos and streaming and such just completely changes your ability to talk like it's no one's business. Alright, level 1, here we go. Getting jiggy with it, you don't know anything about Banjo. So yeah, Banjo, you collect, I keep wanting to do the the walk there. We need to unlock that. In fact, that's probably the first thing that we'll do. You collect 100 notes in every level to unlock note doors in the layer. You collect the jiggies, the puzzle pieces to unlock new levels. Last time, this guy, we didn't really give him a chance to speak before we busted them up. Let's see if that will activate his thing there. Oh, it didn't. Maybe if we go back now. Yeah, the Jinjo was yapping instead. So once we get the Talon trot up here, that is when we can actually start our speed run. Oh, finally. Note is best character in fiction. But yeah, hopefully the volume levels are okay. Let me know if anything needs to be changed. Hopefully no one's tried to join the chat room on Discord and it's just like not working. Doesn't look like anyone's in there yet. Again, don't forget you can click that link in the description and join that Discord channel and join the chats should you so desire. But yeah, now we can actually walk fast. Best day of the year right here. I think Jinjos are great. Yeah, nothing wrong with Jinjos, and there's even more of them to collect in in the next game. But no gray ones, though. They, unfortunately, are extinct, I guess, if you're to believe the lore presented within that game. Where is good old Jugga-Muggum here? There he is. Speaking of Jinjos, there's another one. So right, the question is now, what order do I want to do things in? There's still things I can't do with the old, you know, Congo down there until we can ground pound, so I guess we should go do that next. In fact, we should also go inside here to get the Mumbo token. It's easy to forget about that one because you think, oh, you know, I don't need to go in there until I turn into the termite, but no, you do need to grab that before you can turn into the termite. Kazooie's a bird. I think it's left up for debate. Kazooie has like chicken legs, but I forget if there's actually an official stance on that. Okay, so we can ground pound now, which is nice. Before we do all this, let's go learn how to use eggs. And that will be everything we kind of need to know in this level. Now let's try and get like the world record here. No, of course, I'm sure there's like an optimal route and such. I've always thought what it would be like to get into speedrunning. I just feel like there's so many 64 games, you know, older Nintendo games that have just been so optimized to this point. But like by the time you just think, you know, you're kind of getting your sea legs in there, getting to a point where you kind of contend. You know, someone's probably gonna be passing and stuff, but that's, I guess, part of the fun of it. Always being in competition with everyone else. Oh, one more. Alright, get this guy here. I'm gonna throw his oranges on these squares for some reason. Don't know why that matters. What was so important about these squares, that being hit with an orange does anything. But that's worth a jiggy. They should have ported Banjo on the DS. You really have to wonder what the Banjo-Kazooie series would look like right now. Had the whole Rareware Microsoft thing not happen? Oh no! I don't even want to hear this conversation because there's no reason to it. Normally we just grab this and get to skip all that. But yeah, you wonder if, you know, there actually would have been a Banjo 3E on the GameCube. You know, what other ports and other things we might have seen. Because there's no way that Banjo Nuts and Bolts happens if not for the Microsoft thing. Like, I know that they're, you know, Rare said in the statement at that time that, oh, you know, the landscape's changing, so we decided on our own to go this direction. It wasn't Microsoft that forced us or whatever. But really, it's like there's no way that there's not a proper Banjo 3E if Rare stays with Nintendo and a new Banjo game comes out for the GameCube. So it really hurts sometimes to think about, you know, what we lost that day. But I still definitely will be playing Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, a game I've played for maybe 5 minutes total in my entire life. And we'll be doing a full playthrough, I'm assuming. You know, again, I have no idea what exactly that entails in Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, but I do actually want to beat it finally. After, you know, years of it just kind of being there, and it always being in the back of my mind of, even though it's not the game we all waited for, you know, I do want to check it out. So after 2E, which comes after this, we'll be doing Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. I remember the hype when a new Banjo game was announced for Xbox, because the first trailer doesn't really show any of those nuts and bolts elements. It's like Banjo and Kazooie in like some black and blue room, kind of like a blueprintish room, I think. And then they knock down a wall, and, you know, Spiral Mountain's back there, and it shows notes and jiggies and all that. And after seeing that, you know, the first real sign of Banjo after he, you know, Rare had been taken by Microsoft, it was incredible. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be the thing that finally gets me to buy an Xbox 360, even with all of its, you know, red ring problems and such. And then when it was revealed to be more of a vehicle game, and, you know, not the real Banjo sequel we had all been waiting for, you know, I eventually passed on that. But it's amazing, because if it just had been a traditional platformer, you know, it possibly could have pushed even more people to buy the 360. But okie dokie, so we did all of that. Now it's time to go up here. Actually, we haven't done this side yet, so I guess we'll do it first. We need to get this Mumbo token down here. Anyway, that should be number 5, unless I've Made a horrible mistake and missed one somewhere. Again, I have nightmares of missing things now. Still missing the green dude. Where's the green dude? Is he inside Mumbo's house? No, I think he comes out of one of those huts that we're gonna ground pound. Alright, working our way up this hill though. All the notes along the way. So yeah, not Spiral Mountain, Mumbo's Mountain. It's like the simplest level. It's funny how simple the levels in this game start, and then by the end you get like Click Clock Wood. Just like 20 times the size of this. But welcome everyone, hope you're having a nice Sunday. Alright, what else we got going on here? Again, we can ground pound these now. Because yeah, the notes, we need a few more of those. We're only at 5 jiggies, which is kind of concerning, but we're going to get a whole bunch of them right here. And the Jinjos, of course, being one of those. So yeah, I think we'll be good. I think we're about to get like 4 jiggies, like right now. There's one. Go up here. Don't forget about the empty honeycomb on top. So when there's one left, you want to jump on top. Otherwise, you have to leave the level and come back. Hopefully, in the 360 version, they remembered to make these guys respawn even after you get the jiggy. Otherwise, that would be a soft locked one right there. That's 7. There's a 1-up which we do not need. I guess it's in my trajectory anyway, so we'll grab that. There's 8. Ooh. Is there anything behind his house? I don't know if I've ever been behind the one in this level. Should we waste like 8 seconds to check? I guess we will. You're gonna go back around it? Huh. Weird they didn't hide anything back there, considering they always seem to like to. Yeah, so Tui made a couple of changes, which are kind of sad compared to the first one. And yeah, the jiggy dance when you grab one, definitely. Instead it just kind of does that thing where it like spins around you, right? I don't think there's anything to grab up here. This is all time waste. Let's transform. And hopefully I haven't forgotten anything, and this is now all we need to complete the level. Again, we're climbing that termite tower. And I'm really curious to see just how the time compares to our previous time. I think we spent almost half an hour in this level the first time, or maybe it was about 20 minutes. Again, just because I was talking a lot and we were just having a good time. But it is fun kind of seeing, you know, just how quickly we can do these things too. Yeah, so 6 notes remaining is perfect. All according to Keikaku. See, I don't even need that 1-up. We got it last time. And as we found out, you know, the lives reset to 0. Not 0, but back to like the default 3, I think, every time, so always never like that. We got a second one of those, and the last 3 of these guys, or 6 of these guys, are down here. So again, I don't know how the termite can go underwater and not, you know, have any negative repercussions, but I guess we won't question it. And just like that, Mumbo's Mountain done. Last thing to do is grab that Witch Switch Jiggy, which is now outside the level. And that is the first level of the game down. Did that even take 10 minutes? I'm really curious. Oh, 10 minutes and 32 seconds. But okay, so far so good. So far so good. See if we can keep that pace up. Almost walked right into that guy. Saw a spider in your room, so you're burning your house down now, says Brady. Oh no, that's the worst. When you see a bug, it's like a random... See, the thing about bugs is that it's not the bugs so much that bother me, but it's the fact that if they get away, Or like when you encounter them, it's almost like an RPG battle. It's like, all right, you got to get it before it has the chance to escape. But then you never know when it's going to pop back out again. It's just that element of surprise that I don't like. I don't want to be doing something, then that like spider or whatever reemerges. Just get him the first time. I know there's some people who just, find a spider in their house and just like kind of let it go, and it's like, you do you. But in this house, bugs enter at their own risk. Alright, first door open. Not bad, says Daniel. Yeah, I'm sure it could be optimized a bit more, but I think we'll take it. Oh yeah, and all the Brentilda stuff, though. That means that all of her kind of tips are going to be different compared to what we were learning in the last playthrough, and that's kind of scary, because it's going to get completely mixed up in my mind, what she's talking about. So maybe what I'll do is we'll talk to Brentilda next time. We'll go around to like the different Brentilda locations, or maybe we'll just guess. We'll just guess all of the Grunty questions. The only scary thing about the Grunty questions is because the questions for these skull spaces in Grunty's Furnace Fun can be from any category. So if they end up being from one of Grunty's trivia, and you don't know it, you essentially have a 2 in 3 chance of dying, which is always a good time. The spider was on your leg, but you had a blanket on. Oh no! That does not sound enjoyable at all, Brady. I wish you all the best. I had that with an ant once. It's like, there's like a little tickle on your leg or something. It's like, there's no way that's a bug. I'm not even just gonna look down at that. And it was still there, so I looked and it's like, oh god, where did this one ant come from? So yeah, things can happen. But the weather here is still a bit cool, so we haven't had too many bugs and such lately. But it's getting nicer. I think spring starts next week, so it's only a matter of time till all the bugs are out, causing havoc all over the place. Lots of fun. Is there a Mumbo token around here? I might be thinking of behind the crab guy here. So one nice thing about doing this replay is that we're going to be able to get that Mumbo token in Mad Monster Mansion that I accidentally despawned, thinking it was the one inside the sink. So if Christian's watching, we can, redeem that fact. But it's a lot of work to have to redo just for that. No Mumbo in this level, but there's still tokens all over the place we got to collect, and weird kind of, hitbox on that shell there. Definitely was bigger than the shell itself looked. Now, as a kid playing this game, this was the last Jiggy that I got in this level. I don't know why I thought, had so much trouble. Wow, look at that. Just implosion of those guys. Had so much trouble getting in here back then, but I did. Hello, Mr. Hot Dog! Good evening! Hope you're having a great night. Thank you for stopping by. Sorry, Daniel, depends on the spider, Black Widow, or whatever, it's scary. Yeah, thankfully, one nice thing about Canada is we don't really have lethal spiders, but if you're in Australia and there's a spider on your leg, then it's a bit more concerning. But okay, let's see. Let's go activate those jump pads. I think these trees also have notes in them, actually. So we gotta waste time climbing up those and grabbing all this. So again, one really nice thing about the Xbox 360 version is just like the incredible draw distance. We're gonna waste like 3 seconds here looking around. But yeah, you can see all sorts of things, like that guy up there, that you just know, and that guy up there. And wow, we can see like every Jinjo from this one spot. That's kind of funny. Man, you're gonna see so many things that like you normally can't see without being right up to them in the 64 version. So I do really like this version for the improvements it has. Just beware of that freaking glitch that got me if you decide to play it yourself. Apparently there has been a patch to fix it, but maybe it's not on the 360 version. Maybe it's only like in the the Game Pass and the newer versions, Rare Replay and such. But what was that about the sewer and the cellar, Daniel? Oh, yes, that Mumbo token, yes. Look, you can even see like that that Banjo statue way out there. Kind of cool. Still have no idea how eggs patched this guy up, but I guess we won't question it. We're here. I guess we might as well do this. Oh no! Oh no! My speedrun ruined! He just slid right off that edge. You would have thought he was on ice or something. Alright, let's do this again. Where is the castle? Here it is. Where's the door? Probably on this side. There we go. Big Phil, did I have to reset? So, we definitely would have been locked out of getting all 900 notes. And there's an achievement for that. So, you know, already from that angle, it's like, you know, I wanted this Let's Play to do absolutely everything, especially the features that were exclusive to the 360 version. And that includes getting all of those achievements, even if you know, they're not going to unlock anything or such. But I think it's kind of fun to do that all. So yeah, we were definitely locked out of that. Can you hit the same ace twice? No, you cannot. And also, I was just worried if it would cause problems in the future levels as well. Like, that video... Where's the Z? There it is. You know, what if there was notes that we also couldn't get in Rusty Bucket Bay? Or... in Click Clock Wood. So instead of having to worry about those problems, I figured let's just replay the game. It's easy enough, plus it's fun. Everyone seems to enjoy watching it, so... why not, right? And hey, that's not fair. I like how that guy is more difficult to defeat than the green ones. Yeah, he only gives you 1 health instead of 2. How does a bucket drain out the water? How does an egg patch up a bucket? I guess it's best not to question these things. But yeah, the token Daniel, exactly there. So, what else can we do? Again, I don't really come into these things with like an order. So that empty honeycomb does not spawn in until you are in the water in the 64 version. Like, you have to be about here before that box will even load in. So it is so hard to find this. This was one of the last things I ever found. I'm talking about a lot of the last things I ever found, you know, playing the 64 version back in the day. But yeah, it's just like, you can't see it when you stand at the edge of the sand here. Or maybe if you're like really close or something, but yeah, that's a tough one to find. But the 360 draw distance makes it way simpler. Is that too... Ooh, I thought I was gonna get munched there for sure. I guess we'll do this next. Yeah, I'm just kind of doing whatever's closest is, you know, how we're tackling it. But I hope you're all having a great day again. Yeah, thanks everyone for joining this replay of Banjo-Kazooie up to the end of Mad Monster Mansion. Again, hopefully no one's tried to join in that voice channel. Oh, we never unlocked this! Oh no! Okay, well... I mean, okay, we've started the trail now, so fair enough.
Oh, was I not supposed to join in here?
Oh, hello! Who has joined? I didn't even hear a sound that would indicate someone has joined in. Max! Hope you're having a nice day. How long have you been in there?
Like 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. Well, no, that was the point. You're absolutely welcome to join in. Yeah, hope all is going well. Everyone, please let me know if you can hear Max just fine, if the volume levels need to be adjusted anyway. Don't usually just have a chat room open like this. But yeah, so what's up? Yeah, I didn't say that.
I'm doing good. I may or may not have woken up 10 minutes ago.
That's totally cool. It's a Sunday. You're allowed to do that on a Sunday.
I got back from my trip at 4:30 in the morning, so...
Oh yeah. Well, how'd the trip go?
It's good. I got a lot of stuff. A lot of Pokemon games.
Very nice, very nice. And where did you go?
I went to Phoenix, Arizona for Game On Expo.
Cool. And that was like a whole weekend deal, or I guess not on a Sunday then if you came home today.
Friday and Saturday, yeah.
Friday and Saturday, neat. Is it fairly big, or is it kind of new, or?
It was huge, yeah. That's like the biggest convention center I've ever been to. It's awesome.
Very nice. What do we got here? Big Phil, there was a glitch. Oh yeah. Yeah, explaining that glitch. I see, Shaggy. Thank you. But wow, so that's great. Yeah, I definitely want to attend more gaming stuff. You have so much of it popping up in the US these days. It's crazy. We have a few like smaller swap meets here every now and then, but not the big gaming conventions that I've seen in recent years down there. I've been like the Midwest Gaming Classic in Milwaukee before. In the US, that was like back in 2017. I can't believe that's like 7 years ago now. Where has the time freaking gone? But yeah, Max, hopefully you're still talking. Hopefully I didn't accidentally...
Oh, no. Yeah, no, sorry. You're fine. Yeah,
Okay, I was afraid maybe I did something that, like, booted you out of the call or something like that. But no pressure. No, now that you're in here, you're not allowed to be silent for, like, a second. Sorry, that's the rule.
No, oh, yeah.
No, it's all good.
Keep talking.
No, it's all good. Well, that was my fear, man. If you look back at my my really, really early content, I just never let up talking for, like, a second. Because I was afraid that if there was any video game background music at all, it would get copyright claims. So I just talk so much. And I mean, I still do that a little bit, but it was even worse back then.
I was in a stream before. You're fine. You're good at it.
I appreciate that again. You know, it took practice, but thank you. And, you know, you yourself are doing mighty fine.
So you watched any good TV lately?
Any good TV? In terms, I don't watch too much TV. I keep up with the sports a little bit, like the Toronto teams and such, but I don't watch too much like scripted TV these days. How about yourself?
I love superhero stuff, so I watch a lot of that.
What's the hot superhero show right now?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I don't think there's much right now. I think the only like long-term one just ended last year. So I've been watching a lot of the ones that I never saw, like all the CW stuff.
CW.
Like Flash and Arrow. And...
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they have that in Canada, but
yeah, I'm not too familiar with the superheroes, but it's cool.
Yeah, CW's like a popular network, and they had like a deal, so they had a bunch of DC shows. But
oh, okay, yeah. If it's a network, I don't think I've heard of that one in Canada.
They were really pop. They did other stuff like I think Supernatural, which was really popular in the 2000s. And so I watched those. Those were good, and now I'm watching Smallville.
Okay, I've heard of that.
It's good. It's very cheesy. It uses so much 2000s music. It's the funniest thing. It's just like all the jokes people make about it probably came from this show, because like there'll be a moment where something sad happens, and then it just starts playing all around me are familiar faces.
Because it's Smallville's been around for a long time, right? But they're still making more of it.
No, it ended in like 2010.
Oh, okay. So you're watching like the old episodes of it.
Yeah, I got the big giant box set. It's 62 DVDs.
62 DVDs?
Yes.
Wow. Oh.
It's a lot of DVDs.
That's fair enough.
10 seasons.
You know that physical. I like the physical media. You just never know if it's gonna get like removed from a streaming service or whatever. But that way you can just watch it forever.
Well, I mean, the whole thing was $50, and Hulu is $18 a month, so.
$15 for 62 DVDs?
Or no, 50.
Oh, 50. Okay. Well, it's still fair enough.
That's still only 2 months of Hulu. So.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm happy you're enjoying that.
And I've been rewatching the Pokemon anime as I buy the box sets for that.
Oh, I love the Conte and the Johto. Oh, so good.
Oh, it's great. The theme songs are so good.
Right? Oh, they were so good back then. I haven't kept up with Pokemon anime at all recently, so I can't tell how it compares. But those ones that I grew up with, rushing home from school every day, and just in time to catch the new episodes. It was great.
I still keep up with it. I really like it.
Good. It doesn't even feature Ash anymore, huh? That's the big
Ash
big thing.
Just left last year. He got an ending. It was good.
Good.
Got some new characters. I think. You know how like import times are in the U.S. They're like 12 episodes in. I think in Japan they're like 40. They're pretty far behind.
Yeah, that's rough.
But it's because like now and I think in Canada it's still weekly, because that's how I watched the last season. I pirated the Canadian version.
Oh yeah, there's something now where like Pokemon in the US is on some streaming service and they release it as like a batch.
Oh, it sucks. It's only on Netflix, and it's 12 episode groups every like 6 months.
Like that's crazy.
Well, back in like 2015 when Netflix like first started doing original shows, the whole binging thing was really popular, and now it's...
Yeah, it's not as big anymore.
Well, no other streaming service does it. Now it's just Netflix.
Huh.
And no one likes it, but they keep doing it.
Weird.
They have a lot of rights. They have Pokemon and Sonic and Power Rangers are now only on Netflix. And they all do that. But the last 3 seasons that did that in Canada, they were still aired weekly on Teletoon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
Teletoon. Yes, they still show it here on that.
So I found those online somewhere.
Nice. Again, no one has said anything about the volume in the chat, so hopefully everyone's hearing you just fine. Or else I've been talking to myself for a few minutes here. But yeah, you know, crazy stuff like that. Yeah, streaming services have really, you know, they have their benefits, but they've also messed a lot of things up too, such as that, for sure.
I don't know. It's weird, you know, the time we're in right now, because like, I don't know if they're gonna last forever. You know, they lose like subscribers and money year after year. They don't make any money.
Yeah, they keep raising their prices and such too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's not the deal it used to be. Like back when Netflix was like the only streaming service around, you could watch pretty much everything on them. But now all the shows are split up between like 20 different services, and you know it's not a deal anymore. Like you know, less expensive than cable if you're having to pay for so many different ones to watch what you want to watch.
Yeah. Well, since I like superhero stuff, mostly just Disney Plus and HBO Max, because HBO has all the DC stuff, but that's not even available in Canada, which is funny.
Which service was that? HBO?
HBO Max, yeah. When I was in Canada, I tried to log in to watch something, and it would not let me log in.
Oh, region locking's the worst. Like, we should be past that now. I can't stand.
I mean, yeah, it's like I already pay for the account. Obviously, I don't live there. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, geo-locking, I think they call it on the internet. Yeah, like, you know, we can't watch this video because you're not in the right region. It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
I think we're done this level, though? Actually, no, we're not. I forgot about the other empty honeycomb.
Well, haven't been reading the chat. Oh, yeah, David Ray said in the chat he lives in Phoenix.
Oh,
That's
nice.
pretty cool. I really liked it there. I don't think I've ever seen somewhere that has that many game stores in one town.
When I was, you know, it's funny, you keep bringing up things that make me think about a trip I took back in 2012. When I was in Texas back in 2012, they had so many game stores, and so many of them were great. So yeah, that part of the country really seems to be good for game stores for whatever reason. I landed in that water. Ooh.
And you saw yesterday, Phoenix is also even one of the few places in America that has a book off, so that's cool.
Yeah, again, that West Coast kind of area. You know, California's been the main place. I had a few of them. I've been to the one in New York, again, way back in the early 2010s.
California, New York, and Hawaii.
Cool.
Now Arizona.
Can't see anything, but
yeah, I would probably cancel Netflix if I had to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not worth it anymore. I think it had a lot of that's how I watched The Flash, because they were just on there, but there's nothing new that I care about.
Right. Yeah, it's again, you know, they keep changing the shows that are on there and such, and that makes sense. You know, if it's not something that interests you anymore. That's how they're gonna lose subscribers. Is this guy actually chasing me like onto the? It's funny. Okay, so I guess we'll call that a wrap. I think we got everything. Okay, less than 20 minutes. Cool.
He really wants to get on that bridge.
It was just his head kind of hanging out there. Okay, we have 11 Momo tokens, which I think is the number we want to have. For some reason, I thought we only had 10. So I think there's 10 in this level, plus 1 that we found in Grunty's lair. So yeah, we should be at 11. Even though Mumbo tokens aren't counted at all for, like, 100% completion. I don't know how the speedrun does it, but in this game, there's like no counter that keeps track if you've found them all or not, so it's just kind of a personal thing. If you know like the final number to know if you grab them all. But otherwise, 2 levels down.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this game. I was playing this too.
Yeah. So was it me that I said I was gonna play it, so you decided to check it out? Or?
Yeah. I mean, I knew it was good. I've heard of it, but once you mentioned that like the 360 versions have all the stop and swap stuff, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm super excited to check that out. I think I need to have a Banjo-Tooie save file before any of that becomes accessible in this game, so that will be something I guess we'll come back and check out once I've started that game a little bit. Really excited to play Tooie as well.
Daniel, Ash did not age up. No.
He never did. He's still 10.
I don't know. People kind of wanted that. I mean, I don't know. I think at this point it'd be weird if they gave Ash like an ending people wanted where he's an adult. And it's like, would that really be necessary?
Well, what kind of turned me off from the whole show is that a big part of it for me was catch 'em all, Pokemon Master, and that got so like abandoned a few seasons in, right? Like this stopped.
I mean, I think that was mostly a marketing thing. Ash never did that ever. If
Never
anything,
did that ever, yes.
you know, funny enough, if anything, the season it's most featured in is the most recent one. Because Ash's companion in Journeys, which was his last season, his whole thing is he wants to catch every Pokemon.
That was Go, right?
Yeah, Go, yeah. No, he's great. I love Go, but I think it showed how unrealistic that goal was, because it's like, it showed that in a world like that, if you in the anime, if you want to catch every Pokemon, you need somewhere to put them all. You need to own a zoo, pretty much.
Well, a good first step is not to give them away like every 5 minutes, like Ash seemed to like doing.
Yeah, no, there were some weird ways
Oh, I did it. Sorry, never mind. You might see in a couple of seconds the thing that I just did. I'm kind of impressed.
He had an Apom, which he evolved into I think he gave it to Dawn, and then Dawn evolved into Ambipom. And they just let Ambipom leave because it wanted to be a professional table tennis player.
Oh, really?
So they had a whole episode where it's really good at table tennis because it has 2 arms. And some guy's like, I'll teach it to be good. And they're like, okay, bye.
Yeah, it's pretty silly. Of course, Charizard was the big one back in the day, Butterfree as well. And it's like, yeah, he has all these cool Pokemon, he just keeps getting rid of them.
The thing with catching them all is like, how are you gonna do legendaries in an anime like that? Like,
right.
I think what they did was Go actually caught a Suicune.
Oh yeah.
But it's more like a mutual agreement, and it just releases it immediately. So, because you can't have a kid in the anime running around with a Suicune. There's supposed to be one of those. Unless you're Tobias. You know about Tobias?
No.
He is like plot convenience, the character. At the end of Diamond and Pearl, they literally introduced a character that had a team of legendaries just so Ash would lose the league.
Oh, okay.
He had a Darkrai and a Latias. Somehow.
Mr. Hot Dog mentions that Ash keeps losing, has amnesia when it comes to type pairings.
Yeah.
Because, they need to keep, excuses to keep making more episodes. So every time you can go, oh, this type goes with this type. I know.
Watching the whole show, I feel like they reference older events more than people think they do. But yeah, there's still a lot of that.
Well, again, as someone who loves the first few seasons, it's like he meets that Metapod bug catcher samurai guy in like the 4th episode or whatever.
Samurai.
And he goes, "We'll meet again someday." Never meets again. And then he meets that Sandshrew guy who owns that gym. "We'll meet again someday." Never meets again. It's like, oh, I hated that as a kid. Like, bring back some of these people.
Sometimes they did. You remember Duplica came back a lot. Remember her?
The Ditto. You didn't give me a chance to answer. Yes, yeah, the Ditto.
Oh, sorry.
The Ditto and the stage room play thing. Yeah, her, yes.
She came back in Johto and she had a baby Ditto that was really small.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that. Guess I
And
need.
Team,
I mean, I watched. We watched Kanto a couple of years ago. I need to go back and rewatch Johto as well.
you know, that's another issue with Netflix is, you know, Netflix has they advertise that they have the first season, although because it's split up kind of weird with Orange Islands, they only have the first 55 episodes. So if you watch it on Netflix, it ends at the 5th gym and there's nothing you can do about it.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, it just ends randomly.
Yeah, it's the worst when a streaming service doesn't have like the whole thing. So it's like you know, just gonna have to find it somewhere else anyway. I might as well just go find it that way.
Yeah, it's kind of funny watching that again in retrospect to kind of see like it's funny how in the entire original show Gary and Ash only fought twice the whole time.
That's true.
Like the whole first 5 seasons, they fought 2 times.
Considering the deal that's made, like he appears in other episodes, but they don't battle. This guy's a weird hitbox.
He just kind of walks around with his entourage of women.
Oh my gosh, in his car and stuff. Oh, I loved it. I loved it.
Oh my gosh. I like Gary because, like, you know, I think people always, you know, fans who don't like the new games are always like, oh, we want a rival like Gary again, who's mean. And people don't realize Gary had the most, like, humbled, like, he had a very good character arc.
Mm-hmm.
Like, after he lost to Ash, he started being nice. Like, he wasn't mean all the time anymore. Like, I think Ash kind of proved to him that he wasn't stupid and he was just nice.
No, for sure. Yeah, I know he had some redemption in there as well.
Yeah, like Gary showed up, you know, every once in a while. I think eventually he stopped being a trainer and he went on to be like a scientist.
Yeah, I thought he became like a professor, like Oak, I think is what
Yeah,
happened.
so he appeared in a couple seasons every once in a while.
Who remembers the whole Orange Islands arc with the GS ball that just never got open?
Yeah.
Oh man. Classic.
Oh, who was that clone kid of Ash? Oh yeah, Richie.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he showed up a couple times. It was always great.
He showed up in Johto once and then never again. Yeah, I remember that. You know the episode with the baby Lugia? He was in that.
Mm.
Yeah, but he was cool. I liked him. I think it was funny that they had an argument because like Team Rocket called Richie with Ash's voice and like called him a bad person. And then they hated him, and then Richie got all mad at Ash thinking they didn't like each other. Funny.
So did you do this in your game? Did you free Clanker from the bottom?
I got as far as the B, like the second to last level.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The only thing is, oh my gosh, what you're doing right now was so difficult for me. I died like 4 times because I couldn't get enough air.
Oh, it's tough. It's tough.
I don't even think I even got these notes. I think after getting the thing, I just gave up and left.
I don't blame you. It's kind of a pain. Yeah, the worst part's that you have to keep going and refilling the air. Look at that reflection in the bubble.
The Jinjos are funny. I like the Jinjos.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what they're supposed to be, but they're funny looking.
They're Jinjos, but yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You said
I like that they're...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, go ahead.
You mentioned, I think, the Tiger, recently.
Oh yeah, GameCube games, yeah.
It's very Australian, and it has instead of the Jinjos, it has the Bilbies, 5 per level. You have to
my
find.
Gosh, that's funny.
So yeah, it's funny how you know, even though Banjo-Kazooie isn't around as much anymore, you definitely see series that were inspired by it like that. You know, not the least of which was, of course, Ukulele. That's a whole other story.
Yeah, I'm excited to check those out, and GameCube has all 3 of them, which is cool.
Mr. Hot Dog asks, when is DK64? Hey, that could be a future, Rareware, Thursday, perhaps. I think I got all the notes, but before I miss like one, I'm gonna double check. All right, I think it looks good. Even swimming back to the surface is nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Oh. I think you saw the clip I sent in the Discord where I got so lucky in this level where he went to the drowning animation. But he was like an inch away from the surface, so he drowned up, and then he actually got the air back somehow.
I thought I commented on that. Yeah, that was awesome.
That was, yeah, I didn't know you could do that. Crazy. And then there's that one level, the one where the water is so oily that you run out of air above the water somehow?
Yes, yes, Rusty Bucket Bay, I love it.
I think my favorite, I really liked the mansion level. That's probably my favorite.
The one that I got glitched in?
Oh, yeah. You know, it's a good thing I didn't see that glitch because I didn't even know you could go back in the house. I don't think I ever checked.
So, yeah, what happened? Yeah, so, yeah, it's a weird kind of bonus feature, that bottles puzzle thing. I feel like unless you read about that in, like, Nintendo Power or something, you're never going to know about that.
You know, I was going to say about the Jinjos, I really like that they're color-coded, because I think I mentioned I played Super Princess Peach recently.
Oh, yeah?
And that game has the worst, like, collectible management I've ever seen. They do this thing where there's like 3 toads in each level, you know, like star coins or whatever, and they don't tell you which one is which. So imagine like in a new Super Mario Brothers, if you get the 3rd star coin, but it says it's the 1st star coin. So if you miss any, you don't know which one you missed. You have to play the whole level and find all 3 of them again, unless you remembered which ones you got. It's kind of horrible.
That's like the blue coins in Mario Sunshine. Like, good luck finding those. Let's see what we got here. Mike just subscribed. Thank you so much, Mike. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're enjoying the stream as well. Yeah, Max. Yeah, thank you for joining. This has been very nice. And like you said, you know, you did join me for that the Kirby and the Amazing Mirror stream before, so that was a lot of fun.
That was fun, yeah. It makes me sad that I wish they gave Kirby games online multiplayer more, because they're not that intense. I feel like they could survive the input lag.
I'm surprised they would do it there and then like never really bring that back. It's kind of strange.
You know, one thing I hate that Nintendo does, and I swear they do it on purpose, is whenever a game has like leaderboards, and so they put on the back of the box that it has on like. A multiplayer-centric game has leaderboards, so they advertise it has online, and only the leaderboards have online.
Huh.
Like, I feel like they know that most people aren't going to read into that and think it has online multiplayer.
No, for sure. Yeah, I can't stand, you know, when the leaderboards are just passed off like that. You know, that should not happen.
The most 2 recent WarioWare did that, Get It Together, which was like entirely co-op focused. And then also the most recent, like, Kirby, like, Return to Dreamland, like, the Switch version did that, where they added, like, a whole new multiplayer minigame mode. And the only minigame with, the only reason it says multiplayer is because one of the minigames has, like, a once-a-day online mode that you can play by yourself once a day.
Ugh. It's been 20 years and I still haven't found all the blue coins, says Big Phil. I think it was online from 20 years ago. Yeah, like...
I have never... I've never played Mario Sunshine. I have to do that.
That's amazing. Do you have the Switch?
I do, yeah. Yeah. That's... I've beaten Mario Galaxy multiple times in that, because it's so much better with the Pro Controller.
Than, like, the Wiimote?
Yeah, I think so. I love it with the Pro Controller.
No, for sure. Yeah, it's nice when you get the chance to play games where you're shaking the Wii remote all over the place, but no, let's just play it with, like, a real controller now. Like, the Wii was really cool. Like, I got the Wii at launch, loved it, but I definitely got sick by the end of every game. Donkey Kong friggin' Country Returns, shaking the controller every time the roll. It's like, who thought that was a good idea? And, like, they had the classic controller. It's like, you know, it would have been nice if more games were actually compatible with that. But nope, you will shake and you will like it. So for that reason, I think the 3DS version is definitely superior, along with some of the other features they added.
Well, that was a great thing about that Switch port of Kirby Return to Dreamland. So in the original, It was kind of like Wario Land Shake It. So the most you do is just shake the Wii Remote every once in a while.
Right.
I think they added like a thing where you could suck slightly harder if you shook the Wii Remote.
Wonderful.
Because there was like big stone blocks or whatever. So in the Switch version, you just hold the button down longer, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
And also on top of that, any mini game that required motion controls, you just press A now. So it's super nice. They added like a mini game, like an amusement park mini game mode with like a bunch of mini games from the older games, which was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like the little frying pan one from the Adventure remake on Game Boy Advance. So they brought those back. That was a lot of fun.
Good.
But yeah, the only online is they have a mode where you can do the quick draw mini game, but see how good you can do against 100 real people in it.
Yeah, well, that sounds like a cool feature then.
Yeah, no, it was pretty fun, but I wish all the mini games had online.
At least we can play Kirby and the Crystal Shards online, those mini games.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we should definitely. I don't know exactly which ones are in that. I don't know if it's different from the other GBA game, but
yeah, we need to do more streams of like Mario Party and Mario Kart and such. I've been meaning to organize more of those. That's another nice thing about the Discord server now, is I can make sure it's a day when everyone's available, because that was always a fear of doing a stream like that. It's like, what if no one's available to play Mario Party today, and it's just me versus like, the computer?
Well, there were a couple times it was just us, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I remember that one night where it was just the two of us, so I convinced you to play Smash Brothers instead.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you finally got me to do Smash Ultimate.
Oh my gosh. I love that game.
I was into that game a lot for like the first week or two it came out, and then I didn't go back and play it too much. I don't know, Smash Brothers is just like that for me. I'll play it when it comes out and have quite a bit of fun, but they're not games I go back to too often.
I just play with a lot of friends. I don't think I've ever used the like online mode once, like the free play. Because that is one downgrade from Smash 4, is that Smash 4 had a whole like online matchmaking whatever mode that was just, you know, Final Destination, no items, you know, for Glory.
Mm-hmm.
You remember For Glory? And Ultimate does this really annoying thing where you have to like pick your rule set beforehand, and even if you put that to like only look for that, sometimes you won't get it. Like you'll want to do like the pro whatever game mode, and then you'll get like three other children for free for all high items, and it's like, why even ask me to set the rules? You're not gonna give it to me.
RC Shaggy says it's supposed to be rust water, but it looks more like blood. So yeah, so Clanker, I forget Clanker's exact lore or whatever, but you know, he was like a whale who at some point got for some reason turned part robot. And it's weird. It's weird when you think too much about it, so it's best not to think too much about it.
Yeah, this game was really interesting. Like I like seeing like the differences from like Mario 64.
Yeah.
Like
they definitely took what that did and really built on it for sure.
Well, also, I realized everyone always calls Mario 64 like the first game, but Mario 64 isn't really a collectathon. There's no other items you have to get other than the stars.
Right, unless you count like the coins for the 100 coin stars. But you're technically right. You're technically right.
Well, this has like 80 things in every level.
And it only gets worse as Rare goes on. You know, Donkey Kong 64, Banjo-Tooie.
Yeah.
I think they got it just right with this one. I'm definitely of the Banjo-Tooie's a little bit too big for its own good. I enjoy the levels, I think, in Banjo-Kazooie more. And the worst part about them making... Are we done? The worst part about them making the levels bigger in Banjo... what's it called? In Banjo-Tooie is that they also condense the items. Instead of them being nice and spread out, they make these nests that they just place around everywhere. So it's like you have these bigger levels, and yet there's less to actually find in them. So instead of finding 100 notes, you're finding like 20 note nests. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm missing a Jiggy and 6 Why? Oh, I know. I forgot to go on the top. There's so many different ways to... Ugh.
Yeah, this level's a maze.
Oh, for sure.
There's a lot of little tunnels everywhere. This is probably the one I liked the least because of the water.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like swimming in video games. And I get it. There's definitely a learning curve to swimming well.
When it's in an open area, I kind of like. I think the controls in this game are better than like the swimming controls are pretty good compared to like Mario 64. I think it feels pretty nice.
Hello, YS Bunny. Oh, the weird is Kirby's Dream Land engine for its. Oh, you're doing the save because you made the grave mistake of doing bottles. Yes, YS Bunny, that's exactly what happened. Just to make sure there's no other problems and so that we can still get that sweet, sweet achievement. We're replaying the game. And so far, so good. We've been streaming for like an hour and I look over at the clock for 1 second and it throws my whole swimming off here. Yeah, I was streaming for 1 hour, already 3 levels down. I think that's pretty good. And yeah, again, Max, thanks for sticking around.
YS Bunny said about Kirby Dream Collection. Yeah, that's funny. It has classic controller support, but not in. So, Dream Collection was like a bunch of retro games, like older Kirby games, but then they did a really cool thing where they included brand new Return to Dreamland challenge stages in the collection. And those don't work with the classic controller. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't think the Wii Remote's that bad on its side. I kind of like it.
No, I quite enjoy it. It reminds me of an NES controller, and you know how I feel about that. So it's not that I don't like the Wii controller on its side. It's when they start making you do silly things like shake it. I'm like, I'm not so into that.
Yeah. The only real issue I had was, have you played Poke Park?
I haven't. I have both of them, and like I keep meaning to maybe check them out one day. So maybe we'll do that.
I beat it, the first one, and it's interesting. I did notice it's very much like a kid's game more than the other Pokemon games. Like I kept thinking if this wasn't Pokemon themed, this would be like Paw Patrol or something like that. Like it's a game, it's interesting. There's some funny parts, but it's basically just walking around a bunch of big levels and you do hide and seek with people and then you move on. That's it, pretty much. But it was cute. But the worst thing about it, it forces you to play with the Wii Remote sideways, but it's fully 3D. So you have to use the D-pad to like navigate
the 3D area. Interesting. Like again, more and there's no option to even play with the nunchuck. Like that's so odd.
No. The one thing that makes it, I think the game is kind of designed. I mean, it makes it a little easier because, there's a lot of one of the games you can do is you like race Pokemon, like you chase behind them. And it has a lot of like auto lock on, so you don't have to worry about like completely getting lost. Like, when you're doing that, Pokemon takes a sharp right, you can't turn. At least it kind of like locks onto them, which makes it a little easier. But yeah, it's pretty annoying.
So YS Bunny says that Kirby thing you were mentioning does actually support the classic controller, but not vanilla.
Okay, that's what he was saying. Is that That's what they were saying, is that the classic controller supports, it works in the Wii game, or in the collection, but not the original. No, yeah, you're right, yeah. Forgot about that. I haven't seen Dream Collection in a long time. I need to re-get that one. It's kind of expensive.
Yeah, it's gone up now, like the whole box and stuff it came with.
Yeah, I don't have... I actually bought Return to Dreamland on the Wii, digitally on the Wii U.
Huh.
So I don't have the disc right now. I need to get that too, but... the Switch version was really a perfect example of what a Switch port should be. It's pretty amazing how much better it is than something like Skyward Sword HD, which added no new content.
I still hope they bundle Wind Waker HD and Skyward... No, I guess no. Did you say Skyward Sword HD? I was getting confused with Twilight Princess for a second there. Whoops.
No, yeah, those got new stuff, but those, I like those on Wii U, but... No, the thing with Kirby is it got, like, 2 whole new modes. They changed the entire art style, they redid all the cutscenes, like, impressive how much work they did for something that was going to sell no matter what. So
Right.
And it's amazing that they made like one of the best Kirby games even better.
Well, that's excellent. I hope that, I thought that I've played probably about half of Mario vs. Donkey Kong right now. I've enjoyed that. Hopefully the Thousand Year Door remake is going to be good.
Yeah. One day you'll have to play more Kirby. It's funny. At the part you're at right now, I didn't know how to unlock the boots. So I unlocked the ice level way too early because I just damaged
boosted. Oh my gosh!
All the way through this tunnel, and so I actually died on the way back. But I unlocked this level way before you're supposed to.
That's awesome. Shrek Swamp, people are calling it. Daniel says, "Go into Shrek Swamp." Like to Shrek, get out of my swamp.
I really liked the swamp level. I mean, the poison was annoying, but it was pretty fun. I enjoyed this one.
Konal, yeah, it's a great game. Banjo-Kazooie is so fun. I just played it. I did all of this within the last 2 weeks, and yet we're doing it again because of hilarious Xbox 360 glitches. Which, again, I like this game so much, I'm not complaining. And it's kind of fun seeing just how efficient we can be compared to the last time. I think we're doing pretty well.
Yeah. You're definitely going faster than I did.
Well, I mean, yeah, of course. And your first time, you're gonna have to look for stuff.
It's a big map. Like I was not like that's another difference between this and Mario 64 is like the hub world is its own level. It's very hard to get lost in Mario 64, but I got lost here many times.
I love the hub world in this game. I think Grunty's Lair is just like peak 3D hub world. There's like, it's you get to explore it. There's some collectibles here and there, but yeah, it's very manageable. I really enjoy it.
Also, I love the humor.
Yeah, Rareware had great humor back in the day, for sure.
There were several times. I think there's this one time where somebody's trying to get someone's help, and Kazooie insults them, so then they won't help you anymore. Or you have to do something for them, even though they were like, "Oh, we're just gonna help you, but not anymore."
Okay.
I think in this level I messed up the thing where you have to eat all the red guys.
Oh yeah.
Times. Oh my gosh! See, I'm not a gambler. When how he offers you double or nothing, and I said nope. Not gonna happen.
Wait, I'm not here. The camera's awful. All right.
You remember that?
1 second. Oh, no, you don't have to be sorry at all. There, I did the whole thing up there in the time limit it gives you just to get the Jiggy. Yeah, so when he says, double or nothing, or no, it's like he offers you like 3 lives if you can beat him again. It's like, no, why would I ever do that?
I died 3 times to you. I don't want to die 3 more. Yeah.
Yeah, I never do that, and I'm shocked that wasn't an achievement. Instead, the achievement was to get like 30 red guys in one go, and we somehow did that. So
a lot of these ports and collections of older games, the achievements are really basic.
Right.
I know. PS Plus Premium has a lot of like PS1 and PSP games, and Sony gave developers the option to add achievements to those.
Mm-hmm.
So now you can play like Ape Escape, and whatever other Gran Turismo 2, and like Twisted Metal with achievements.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that achievements and trophies and stuff are fun. Like, they don't personally take away from the game at all for me, and sometimes there are actually decent ones that might make you, do things in the game that you wouldn't have otherwise thought about doing. I think that's a lot of fun, but there are definitely those games, like you said, where they're very much an afterthought, and I feel like a lot of games that have them today, like, I know you mentioned in the earlier days, but I look at something like Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection, and there was so much room in the Mega Man Battle Network games for, so much post-game, so much things to 100%, that they could have made some really neat achievements out of all that, and yet there's just nothing in that regard. Like, there's just so much that You know, there's no achievements related to it all. It's actually really difficult to do. So I think it's unfortunate when a game like that, where it's clearly that the achievements were an afterthought when there was potential for some pretty good ones.
Yeah. You know, I bought that game on launch and I still haven't played it. I need to. It's a lot of games, like 10 games, but I've never really played an RPG that isn't Pokemon.
No, fair enough.
You know, we were talking a couple days ago in the Discord about how, or I was saying about how, like, one game that has really annoying achievements is the Saints Row games. Because, you know, I love those. You'll get to them one day. I'm sure.
Get to them one day.
You'll play them. The first one, I was saying, the first one, like, you don't want to skip it. It's interesting. I probably would. The thing with it is that it feels kind of rushed because it was the first ever game of that kind, like a GTA game, to be in HD. So, so it's kind of, it has some rough issues. Like, one thing that's funny is you can drive around so fast that you will get to a loading zone before it loads and the game will just freeze. That happened to me. But two is better in every way, and it's an amazing game. But 4 on Xbox One has a bunch of achievements that are just like kill an enemy with this weapon 250 times.
Yeah, like ones that are just arbitrary like that, like do this, you know, benign task a certain number of times. Like, yeah, those kinds of achievements aren't fun.
And what makes it even more annoying is, like, it's hard to farm enemies because, well, you know, like in Grand Theft Auto, you have, like, the stars. So if you get to, like, 5 stars, there's a lot of enemies. That's kind of how Saints Row does it. But in 4, they added a thing where if you get to 5 stars, you have to fight a mini-boss, and you have to beat him, and when you do, your stars go away. So there's no way to actually grind enemies. Or it's, like, really annoying.
Is this where the crocodile guy moved to? I always
oh
yeah, right here.
A lot of the achievements are pretty self-explanatory. Like, I think there's one level that's kind of like an on-rails shooter, and the achievements just hit all the specific things in the level or something like that. But that makes sense. But some of them are pretty annoying. I think those 2 games are the closest I've ever gotten to 100%ing anything.
Yeah, so you really don't 100% your games, huh? That's crazy. I always love trying to get 100%.
Yeah, I have a friend like that, and, you know, I get it, but I don't know, I just have so much stuff to play, and usually I'm happy when I get to the credits.
Fair enough.
I don't go out of my way to avoid things. I feel like there's people that do that, and I don't get that. Like, if I see an obvious other path in a Mario game, I'm not going to not go there.
Okay, maybe we don't want to do this quite yet.
I remember when you played Mario Wonder, you spent an hour and a half trying to find that secret exit. Right.
Not the one in the second. You think I actually spent an hour and a half on that?
No, an hour and a half, but it was like you went. I think you went into the level like what, like 8 times?
I went in a good number of times, yes.
Yeah, it wasn't an hour and a half, but that was just funny because yeah, I don't even think I found a single one of the secret exits. Except for the ones that are required. That was weird, you know, there's those levels where it's like, the main exit is just, it doesn't do anything. Yeah.
Yeah, Mario Wonder, again, we beat it entirely pretty much that first night after 13 hours. There's no proof of that on my channel anymore because YouTube doesn't save the VOD after 12 hours apparently. We also learned that night.
It's okay, I can attest everything.
Oh, thank you, Max, thank you.
I went to sleep and I woke up in the morning and you were still going.
Fun fact, Shrek and Banjo-Kazooie both came out on the 29th of June. That is a fun fact, like, wow. I like how everyone's talking about Shrek because of the swamp level here.
Oh my gosh. That's funny, yeah. Have you ever played any of the Shrek games?
No, but I do know that for some reason Shrek 2 is like one of the best-selling GameCube games. It sold over like 1 million copies on the GameCube, I think.
What's funny is the first one's interesting because it was finished before the movie, so it has barely anything to do with the movie. and all the voice actors are different.
Oh, that's interesting. And the first Shrek game on what?
On Xbox.
On Xbox, huh?
It was a launch title. It got ported to GameCube. I think it's called Extra Large on GameCube. But yeah, it's like nothing to do with the movie. It's almost like an uncanny valley how like his model looks and he never talks and it's very weird.
I need to play Shrek Treasure Hunt. Oh no. Okay, I'm not forgetting your stupid order here. I just want my collectibles.
Oh, this. Oh gosh. I remember this.
I'll get it after, fine.
You're gonna need to concentrate.
We'll see. ROM hacks of Wonder already exist. That's cool. Sorry, is it the same?
Is it the same thing every time?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, yeah. I liked the little ghost piano way more. That was more fun. Kind of similar to this.
When he's doing he tapping the keys?
Yeah.
Yeah. We did that last time, but then we have to do it again. One more time, I think.
At least that's my favorite level, so it's a good level.
We had the talk last. Yeah. Let me see. Red, pink, purple, red, pink. Pink, purple, aqua. Was it red, blue, yellow, or blue? Nope. Hopefully I don't have to watch again. Just blue, yellow? Blue. What? Do I have to ask him to do the whole thing again? I had it into like the last couple. Alright, let's see. One more time. Yeah, red, pink, purple, aqua. Oh, blue, purple, yellow. Right? Oh my gosh. Do you remember Max?
You know, funny enough, I've never noticed this, but the way, streams work, I'm watching your stream, it's like 5 seconds behind real time, so it's really... It's hard to pay attention to specific things like that.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't see them until after you see them, I guess, but...
Alright, we did it. Turtle says, not quite my tempo. Music Turtles. Yeah, these are called Tip Top, right? And they were in Diddy Kong Racing we talked about last time. We said Banjo was also in that game before he was even doing thing here.
I didn't know the Turtles were in there. I remember Banjo being there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fun game. I need to play more of that.
Diddy Kong Racing is great. I love it. I wish more racing games were like it. Crash Team Racing is also kind of there. I think that Mario Kart really needs to go there at some point, where you have to explore a bit of an overworld, and there's more to it than just the cups. Like Mario Kart DS had like the mission mode, which is pretty cool. There's just no sign of anything like that anymore.
Yeah, I don't know if they will, but I don't know. I feel like the Switch had this theme of like. It was like their last ditch attempt, and so they wanted to just do everything people wanted, and so they had a bunch of like I think like Smash Ultimate. There was a lot of games like Smash Ultimate where they just wanted a version that had as much stuff as possible, so nobody could complain.
Right. No, it's true.
And I feel like now that like Sakurai left and stuff with that, I feel like I want with the next Nintendo console, what I think the best thing would be, I want backwards compatibility so you can still play Smash Ultimate. Because like, we're never going to get something like that again. There's no way they're going to pay for all those characters another time.
It's really a question of like, where does Nintendo go from here for a lot of series? Because they really did, leave it all out on the table now for things like Mario Kart and for Smash. I guess the next logical step is to release a version that includes all the DLC, but like, again, how do you ever one-up yourself now? Like, you can't, it's impossible to create like a better game than you've already made.
You remember when Sakurai basically said Sora cost so much money they couldn't afford any music?
that sounds amazing.
Yeah. No, oh gosh, Disney tax, but no, I would like to see them do something drastically different. That's what I want. I feel like it would be nice if like the Switch was whatever next console was backwards compatible, so you could play like Ultimate and Mario Kart 8 on it, but then they did something else. You know, like completely different.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see exactly where they go. I'm not personally one who's too concerned about the Switch 2. I know every week or two it's like a new Switch 2 rumor. It's like I don't even feel like buying a new console at this point.
I don't know. After it's been 8 years or 7 years, and I'm bored. I just want something new. I don't even know what it's gonna be. As a Nintendo fan and an Apple fan, I learned to stop following rumors years ago. I don't even, but. What I think would be cool, I think it'd be really cool if they made a Smash game that's like Power Stone, like a 3D one.
Don't tell me I forgot it. Don't tell me I forgot it. Okay, thank goodness I got the one that was inside the turtle. Else I'd have to trek all the way back there. Sorry, what was that about Pokemon?
I think they should make a Smash game that's like Power Stone. Like 3D. Like a 3D Smash game.
Could be interesting.
I think they should give Ultimate updates, and I think they should have like the two games like coexist at the same time.
Virtual Boy Collection, says Daniel. Virtual Boy should have been on the 3DS, and I love that the homebrew now is just proving.
Yeah.
Did you come through that tiny hole? But yeah, like that was like the biggest obvious thing for Nintendo to do, and they freaking couldn't even do that.
They really should. Yeah, I think they're too scared to acknowledge it.
But I think, yeah, more Virtual Boy Collection, more Game & Watch collections. Like, yeah, we had the, the special edition Mario and the Zelda ones, but do like another Game & Watch gallery or something. That'd be amazing.
With like new graphics.
Mm-hmm.
Because like that's what Mario vs. Donkey Kong was. Like it controls a lot like the original Donkey Kong and like those games, but it looks brand new. What if they just remade all the Game & Watch games again, but it looks like that? It looks like Mario vs. Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that there's been a few surprises recently, like that. I definitely wasn't expecting to hear Mario and versus Donkey Kong again.
Yeah.
So that was kind of out of nowhere.
And then we finally got Mario RPG and Thousand Year Door, which is, I don't know. I wasn't necessarily the person that was begging for that to get remade, but I know other people were. So.
Mm-hmm.
That's not my era. I'm too young for that. I'm the Wii generation. I want to see more of those games get ported. I wanted to see Super Paper Mario get ported.
Where am I missing something? Oh god, I'm forgetting stuff again. Oh, I didn't go inside the guy's nose yet. That's where I'm missing the last stuff.
We also like Mario 64 DS. I want more like that. I think that'd be nice. I think it's weird that we need more stuff like that.
Yeah, I really like Mario 64 DS. It's a shame that, it never, the extra features and the extra levels and stuff it introduced are just kind of forgotten now.
Yeah. I like the silver, I'm not a big fan of the Silver Star Switch, but I like the Star Switch. I like the Silver Stars, though. Those are fun. I guess the Silver Stars kind of lived on because those were in a Galaxy.
Right.
Yeah. No, I love Galaxy. Galaxy's great.
What about Galaxy 2? What are your thoughts on that?
I've never finished it.
Oh my gosh, we're the same then! Yes, I'm not the only person who never finished Galaxy 2.
Well, I don't know about you, but the reason I haven't finished it is because I'm bad. So, I'm on I got to the final level, and I've been on that final level. I think I kept dying. I said, I'm going to take a break, and that was like 2 months ago. So, That's one of those games where I only play Galaxy 2 when I remember it exists. Just like twice a year.
Well, I mean, hey, that's still not bad playing that twice a year. See, my problem was that I was so burned out after playing Mario Galaxy 1 as Mario, and then as Luigi after, and then Galaxy 2 comes out, and I just started playing it. I was like, I'm just so burned out of this.
Well, after playing it on the Switch, I kind of don't want to go back to the Wii Remote nunchuck.
Oh, LDP, welcome. Yeah, we got to make sure we're reading the chat here as well. And you're welcome to update me if there's any questions or such too. Yeah. But yeah, LDP, is this the PC port? No, this is yeah, we're playing this on the Xbox 360, so we got all the achievements down here we're trying to unlock, but it's been looking very nice in HD. The biggest problem was that last time we encountered a glitch whereby doing the bottles bonus puzzles, before the end of the game, Banjo collects some of the notes inside those puzzles, and because of a new 360 feature where notes stay collected even if you leave the level and come back, the notes that Banjo collected stayed collected in those, from those bonus puzzles, stayed collected, and we weren't able to get all of the notes in Mad Monster Mansion, and it probably would have caused problems later on as well. So we're replaying the whole game again, and honestly, it's been going pretty smooth so far. I know it's probably bad to point that out. Like I noticed we're actually losing now, so we gotta up our game. But yeah, overall, we're having a good day here. I like Banjo-Kazooie, so it doesn't bother me to have to replay it.
Yeah.
No.
I need to play more 3D platformers. Like I said, I played Sonic Adventure for the first time.
Oh yeah, that's great. I love Sonic Adventure.
I was shocked at how good that was.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear it.
Everyone on the internet says it's bad, and I was like,
there's no red dudes. There's no red dudes anywhere. Like, that's not fair. Then one finally shows up, like, freaking beside him. Like, that was not fair. You guys saw for, like, a good 10 seconds there was not one red guy to eat.
It. Yeah.
Alright, so, do I have health for this? Like, I think he's gonna take... It's not an insta-kill, is it?
No, he just hits you once.
Okay, 2. Okay.
2.
Yeah, LDP, it's pretty neat. N64 game kind of has the same problem as all rare platforms, kind of bad controls and camera. Wonder if the port improves on that. Well, you get longer draw distance, but otherwise it's mostly the same camera-wise and such. He cheated, says Daniel.
I don't know how the controls are in the original. I think it controls good. I like how... I mean, I don't know how it works with the original controller, because I know in this it uses all 4 of the bumpers. So I don't know how that was mapped differently originally.
The bumpers. So the bumpers were Z originally.
Yeah, well, okay, so you can only turn the camera one way. That's how they do that. Okay.
Well, you use the C buttons to turn the camera.
Oh, okay. Or no, I mean, you can use the bumpers to have the camera go behind him.
So in the 64 version, I think you hold Z and R at the same time, and it puts the camera behind you.
And then in this one, the triggers do the crouching. So if you press one trigger, he crouches, and if you press the other one, he starts running.
And that's interesting because the Talon Trot is like Z and C left on the 64, so it's so weird to press both triggers for that.
That's a pretty decent improvement. That's a lot more natural, I think.
Here again, it's just like
you're probably just not used to it yet.
Yeah, I notice sometimes I accidentally. No! No! You get lost!
I probably use the Xbox controller a lot more than you do.
Is this Ant Dude says LDP? We can pretend that you. But no, this is the game display where we play random games and do poorly at them, and we try our best. And also I review old retro stuff sometimes. I'm also trying to beat every NES game, so if that sounds cool, stay tuned for streams like that. Also, we're switching to these guys now. Yeah, thanks everyone who's joining on this Sunday afternoon here. We're like halfway there, pretty much. After this, we got three more levels to go. Wait, I'm eating the wrong dudes.
I like Ant Dude. He's entertaining.
We had a whole conversation in the last stream about Nintendo.
I met him yesterday.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he was at your convention. That's cool.
Yeah, he's fine. I haven't watched him in a while. I'm not a big fan. I mean, he only uploads like once every 4 months, so.
Mm-hmm.
But I found his channel really early on, so I think I find a lot of channels through Game Room Tours like yours. Like I looked that up, and I love watching those. and he put out. It's funny. People probably don't remember this because he had like barely any subscribers, but before now, originally he had his channel had a way different name. It's kind of funny. His original channel name was The Man with the Plan, which is a horrible name.
Really? Whose channel was that?
Nintendo.
I don't remember that at all. And that's something I think about too. Is like, I wonder if I should change my channel name to be something snazzier and catchier.
Yours is way better than The Man with the Plan.
Okay,
that's
well,
horrible.
I appreciate
it. It's like the worst channel name I've ever seen. I'm
like
glad he changed it. It was that's the kind of name where it's too cringe to like be like, hey, check out this channel, because you don't want to say the name out loud. But he changed it, but I think back then he just had like a game room tour and like a couple other videos, and so I've been watching him since whenever that was. But he's fine. I don't really like most of the other because he's kind of friends with other YouTubers, and I think I saw Hack and Quacken's video.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday, and I think I commented like I don't really have much of an opinion on the people he talked about because those are in the group of YouTubers that I just don't watch because I think they're annoying.
Oh yeah.
There's this meme that's like when that person you dislike because you find them annoying finally gives you an actual reason to not like them.
This is crazy. I have never had this much trouble with it. I blame you, Max.
I did this way quicker than you did.
You mentioned losing 3 times to him. Well, there you go. There you go. I just made me lose 3 times.
Did I lose?
If we lose this next time,
if
we lose this next time, we just have to run out and come back in before he
yeah. Oh my god.
Like I feel like they're all showing up in like the absolute worst spot.
The technique I would say is that if you're losing, try to get right next to him.
Yeah.
I think I noticed that you have priority. You'll always eat something before he does if you're right next to each other.
Try to get the ones that he's going for. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, Sonic Adventure was amazing.
I'm really happy to hear that.
Amazing. I don't get how anyone could not like it. Like I was kind of worried. I went into it. I was like, is this just going to be glitchy the whole time? And there's going to be times where I'm going to be like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. But no, I had no issues. And I played what people consider the worst version, so...
Wait, I ate the right guy! You can't tell me I didn't eat the right guy. Forget this! I'm running out of this room right... Where is he? Where is he relative to me? Like, don't eat me. Please don't eat me.
So...
Oh god, he's coming! He is coming! And he's coming up the side and everything! Oh no! Well, you get to see what happens when you die. I cannot believe how poor that was.
He's so fast!
Yeah, he comes at you like a million miles an hour.
He came up the side!
We'll consider that intentional. That was something I wanted to display to you all. Plus, we got to see something interesting, and that is that
hilarious.
We didn't drop down a life. We stayed at 9 lives because we had collected more. So there you go. That was all for science. Completely 100% intentional. I hate this freaking level, though. Last time, Bubble Gloop Swamp was the worst level that we did, and this is just freaking horrible. Whoever designed this level.
You don't like this level? I like this
This
one.
level sucks. It sucks. I'm sorry. I'm going to disconnect you from the call right now. It's just... So do I have to redo all of that?
First my hatred of NES games, and then this. I know. No. I haven't played many NES games. You like them a lot more than I do.
Oh, we got to do the red ones again. Yeah. I love the NES stuff. It's I'm used to having to replay stuff, so it's gotten used to that. But yeah, I just can't believe we fucking died to this guy.
I don't know. You that's kind of my thing with 100%. Like, you have a lot more patience than I do. I don't think I could beat some of those games by just keep going until I eventually get it.
Well, I appreciate that.
No, but yeah, like Sonic Adventure was amazing. I honestly don't get why people on the internet don't like it. Like, it wasn't like, oh, you know, I liked it, but I get why people don't like it. Like, there's some games like that where they have issues, and I can see why people wouldn't like them. But Sonic Adventure had no problem. And like I said, I played the technically bad version, and I had no issues the whole time. It was amazing.
Yeah, I think it has its silly moments, like the mouth movements are really bad during the cutscenes.
Well,
and
yeah,
such.
but I expected the game itself to be way more glitchy, because everyone talked about that, but other than one glitch, which is only in the DX version, and I knew about it beforehand, I had no problems.
If you want a glitchy game, Sonic 06 is what you're looking for.
Oh,
that
yes.
game's I want to really like that game, and I've beaten it, and it definitely, if you're looking for a Sonic Adventure 3, it's the closest thing you'll find to it. But man, does that game have problems. It's so sad. It has so much potential.
I do like Sonic. I haven't played a lot of Sonic games because I did feel like a lot of them were kind of glitchy. Like, I'm not a big Boost fan. I'm not really a big fan of that. Like, that's why I wanted to play Adventure, because I heard a lot of people say that Adventure is a lot more of like a 3D platformer than the other ones. And it really is. It controls a lot better. The fact that you can turn around is something you can't do in the new ones.
I agree. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the boost in Sonic either, but that's like the main feature. That's like when they talk about modern Sonic, that's like the main thing.
Did you ever finish Frontiers?
I didn't finish Frontiers, no.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember you were streaming that, and I was talking about how I had a lot of issues with that one, because that one's kind of... They did an open world, and ignoring the fact that I don't like the open world because it feels really empty and out of place, and I think I said it feels like a stock Unity grassy field at times.
Yeah.
But I also
do
not like his momentum. Like, they kind of like... He controls like Boost Sonic, but in something that's like open. And I don't like how, like, his momentum's all weird. Like, if you jump, he just loses everything.
Yeah, I had a lot of trouble with some of the platforming stuff the games want you to do. Look how fast he is! He's never that fast! You can't tell me that's the speed this guy's normally moving around at. Like, you can't.
Thing's wrong.
Like, I feel like he's on hard mode or something. I don't know. Like, he's never that fast. He's never that fast.
I'm watching this, and he's really fast.
I'm happy that... Like, yeah, he's, like, shoving me around. Yeah, if that's one thing about Rare games for sure, is that they have awful rubber banding. And you see that especially in Tui with, like, a lot of the races. Like Canary Mary and stuff. Oh my god, he got me again. But you saw that! You saw that! Like, that had to be some of that BS Rare rubber banding.
Oh my gosh.
He's just
so fast.
The boss fight music in Frontiers is insane. Like, there's definitely things about Frontiers I liked. I think that the levels that you do were a little repetitive. It's like, here's Green Hill Zone again, and here's Sky Sanctuary again.
Also, I don't know if you noticed, but even the specific design itself was taken from other levels.
Yeah. Like, they were just reusing, like, elements and stuff, for sure.
Yeah, and also another thing I hated is that, and this kind of comes from, like, Sonic Colors.
I like how every single one of those guys that was near me just went down at the same time when I tried to start eating them.
Yeah. The worst thing, in my opinion, about, like, how, like, Boost Sonic is how he controls in 2D. I hate his little double jump. I do not like it.
Yes. Also, I'm getting my butt handed to me. Stop it. Stop.
I'm distracting you.
It's all your fault, Max. You brought your bad Banjo-Kazooie mojo with you. No.
You lost your mojo.
I just saw you picked up the Austin Powers like soundtrack or something.
Oh yeah.
It fits with that.
God. I quote those movies.
Oh, I won with 15? Frick this game. Frick this game. Like, they just hand me the friggin' pity win because I was playing so poorly. Get out of here.
Okay, Sammy, classic Sonic fan.
Your thirst will never be quenched. Oh boy.
Consequences.
That's so old.
I miss him.
I hope he's doing well. I think he left YouTube and stuff, and I hope he's doing well.
Well, the funny, it was all staged, so he's not a psychopath. So that's good.
Oh, okay, we're done. Never to be spoken of again. Whew. How long did Bubble Gloop Swamp take because of that? That was like half the time spent on Bubble Gloop Swamp. Was that one freaking guy. 10 minutes. 17 minutes. 19 minutes. 30. That's probably longer than the first time I did it. Ugh. But we're done. Appreciate everyone who's joining today. And again, Max, thank you. No, it wasn't your fault. I was just sucking at video games. Everyday deal.
It's channel. The Let's Play curse, the stream curse.
The stream curse? I mean, it was going really well until that guy. I don't know what the heck was up with that. I you know, there's a lot of things I'm happy I got on camera there. How fast he was for a bit there. The lives that didn't go below 9.
Yeah.
And also just how it gave me like a pity win at the end there. I collected less than ever and somehow I still won. Very weird.
Yeah. You know, another thing about saying about Sonic Adventure is also the cat levels were not as bad as I thought they would be, mostly because they were really quick, so that make them easy.
And there's not many of them, so
yeah. One thing that I didn't like is, from what I can tell, the game doesn't tell you how to do them correctly.
I could imagine that. I don't remember how the game exactly tells you to do it, but I can remember way back not completely understanding.
Okay, so the reason why it's weird is that. So, you cast the line. It's pretty simple. You just press a button and you figure out how to do it. And all the other fishes immediately bite onto the line, except for Froggy. The game doesn't tell you that you're supposed to shake the stick to get Froggy to latch on. I had to look that up. So, I mean, other than that, it was fine. And, the one glitch, the one in the DX version where you fall through the floor in the first level. Every time, without fail.
Like with the whale part, or
no, one of the loop-de-loops.
Oh yeah, I remember something like that. Yes.
Yeah, but other than that, I had barely any glitches. I thought it was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the Knuckles, the radar is way better than it is in Adventure 2.
Because you can see all 3 of them at once.
Yeah, it made it so easy. I actually got really lucky when I played Adventure 2. The final Knuckles level that's huge and it can take an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I died and I got a really good, I think I got the best possible layout and I finished it in 3.5 minutes.
That's awesome.
I'm so lucky.
The nice thing about the missions in that game is you don't have to get rank A or whatever on them, so
I don't.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where it's a big deal in the Adventure 2 to have a really good run through those levels because the time bonus is everything in getting rank A.
Yeah, I think the only in 1 the requirements are there's other missions. I think Big's other missions are do the same level but catch another fish also.
Yeah, I've done all those. But yeah, there's no actual ranking on them, which is nice.
Some of the different emblems are funny. There's that one in with Knuckles. There's they're in the overworld, and there's that one where it's just in the middle of the abyss near Angel Island. You just have to glide for it and get lucky.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of out there. One thing I liked about Adventure was all the little things you can find. I loved what's it called? The gold and silver Chow eggs.
Oh yeah. I love the overworld maps in Adventure 1. Something that was definitely lacking from Adventure 2. I like that you can find the emblems around the Chow eggs. Yes, absolutely. I agree completely.
I loved putting my gold Chows in the races. I don't know if they're actually any better than normal ones, but they feel cooler. And the silver one's kind of weird because it's in that little lake, in the Mystic Ruins, and you just kind of have to wait for it to wash up on shore, and it only does when you're playing as Sonic.
So yeah, the silver one's very strange. Isn't there a thing that you push in and then it ends up in the lake, and then you gotta kind of wait for it?
Yeah.
I like the gold one though in the shop. I think I like.
Oh yeah, you have to get the rock. Do you remember? Are you supposed to do anything with the fake guy?
See, can you put the fake guy on it instead of the rock?
I tried. You can.
So I guess no. Fake rock's just for fun then, I guess.
The fake guy is so funny. He's just there. You can pick him up. For some reason, at first, that girl that's wants to go in the restaurant because she likes the guy in the restaurant. Mm-hmm. I kept thinking she was talking about the fake guy, so I brought him over to her. It's hilarious.
All right, we're doing it. We're gonna do it again. Where's the spot?
Have you seen Sonic X?
Much of it. Not. I can't say I've seen every episode. I did it last time just fine.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Sonic X. I've seen all of that. It's there's those people. Same with Pokemon. There's those people that are like, oh, the Japanese version's way better. It's like, I don't know if I care about a few differences just to have subtitles. So I don't hate subtitles.
So you watch? You watch the dub typically?
Yeah, I like the 4Kids voices. What? I mean, that's, I like that it's the same as the games. I think that's a nice touch. Like, if it was some random people, maybe I wouldn't care, but you can't go wrong with Mike Pollock.
We'll just do it the real way. Mike Pollock. Mm-hmm.
I love Mike Pollock. He's had so many Pokemon voice acting credits.
Oh, yeah? Which roles did he do?
He was, like, a random... You remember the episode about the Pidgey, male Pidgeys?
In which season?
in Johto.
Like I said, I need to rewatch Johto again.
That was his like first ever 4Kids role ever, and he's like the male guy. And then what else? He was the narrator for a whole season when they switched, like when Advanced Battle started and they switched away from 4Kids. He was the narrator.
Mm-hmm.
He was Sharon, I think, one of the Team Galactic scientists in Diamond and Pearl. He was you remember Mr. Contesta? The guy that just goes that just says wonderful to everything and adds no other input. Maybe you didn't get that far.
Yeah, again, the Johto's. It's been much longer since I've watched Johto.
Oh, you only saw Johto. Okay, no, this was in Hoenn.
Oh, okay. I've seen, if it was on. If it was on, okay. I saw some of the contests with May and such, but yeah, definitely didn't watch it as religiously after the Johto episodes.
And then I think the last thing he did was he was Volcanion in one of the last like Pokemon movies. He was the legendary. You probably don't know who Volcanion is. You didn't play that one. You didn't play X and Y.
I saw the two movies where it was like Ash and the Ho-Oh thing, and then Hash and the windy thing.
Yeah, I Choose You and Power of Us. Yeah, those were good. No, Volcanion was the last one that was ever actually connected to the anime. Like, that one was Gen 6 and X and Y, and it had all the X and Y characters in it.
Cool.
Volcanion's a super cool mythical because he's the first and only Pokemon to be fire and water type.
Well, that's a cool mix. I should have done this after to get more red feathers. This was a mistake. Now I'm gonna run out of red feathers because I've used up all the ones hidden around here.
Yeah, fire and water type. It's super cool. And he has like these two giant tubes, and he shoots out steam. It's really cool.
I'll have to look that one up.
I always like seeing recognizable voice actors and things like that. Like, you can tell it's them. Like, you ever played do you ever play Heavy Rain?
I meant, whoa, that was a weird jump. I remember hearing good things about it, but no, I've never played it myself.
Well, the other game that they made, David Cage made, Detroit Become Human. The cop, it's all like M-rated and a bunch of cursing, and the cop in it is voiced by Clancy Brown, so that's where all those like edits of Mr. Krabs swearing comes from.
Oh, really? That's funny, because then you get like Battle for Bikini Bottom, where it wasn't even actually Mr. Krabs' I guess Clancy Brown, right?
Clancy Brown's he did that. Well, the other thing he was you don't really watch superhero stuff, but he was Lex Luthor in Superman the Animated Series and Justice League Unlimited.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, no, he's great. I love him. I enjoy those like David Cage games, Quantic Dream, which made Heavy Rain, and what was the other one? Beyond Two Souls, and Detroit Become Human. I like them a lot more than like Telltale because they're not released in seasons. They're released like one at a time, like one whole game. So you don't, because like with Telltale, you're you know, your choices don't matter that much because you can't really let people die, because if they die, they're not going to write a whole other season without them just for you. So with the David Cage games, because they're one game, I think every main character can die at points, and then you just get a really bad ending.
I remember when Mass Effect was big, and everyone was kind of let down by the third game, and people felt like their decisions didn't actually end up influencing the ending that much or something.
Yeah, I feel like it's really hard to have many decisions carry over. Like again, like with that, you can't kill off a main character in a game like that if you're going to make 2 sequels.
RC Shaggy says, I know there's a funny bug where you can make the father say his son's name a long time during a
cutscene. Oh yeah, Jason! Jason! Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a sad game. Like, that whole... The thing with those is that I think Detroit Become Human also is a lot better in the way that it looks. Because Heavy Rain is pretty jank. It was the first game of its time. Everything looks off. It's kind of funny. How, there's points in that game where you have to walk around and you just have to do enough stuff until the game determines that you've been waiting long enough. So
really?
in the main character's eyes, it's like I think the very first beginning of the game, it's like you're in your house and you're waiting for like your wife to get home from school with the kids or whatever. And so you just kind of have to do things and like interact with stuff until she shows up. Like I think it's a real like 15-minute timer. And so, but as the guy, just imagine you're a guy in your house and you either stand there completely still or you're like, I'm going to turn the TV on and off 8 times. Like, you're just going to have to press buttons to do things. Oh yeah, RC Shaggy, the ghost. I think that was Beyond Two Souls, yeah. Beyond Two Souls had a ghost, and I think it also had Willem Dafoe in it. I haven't played that one. That's I think I have them on PS3. Detroit Become Human came out in, I think, 2018, and so they did a collection where they like remastered the other 2 for PS4. So that's cool. Did you ever watch Pro Jared?
Oh yeah, back in the day especially.
His video was a perfect example of how funny like certain gimmicks. Heavy Rain supported PlayStation Move.
I don't know that one. I guess I didn't see that.
He did a video about PlayStation.
I'm trying to think of what Pro Jared videos I even watched back in the day. Like what he must have talked. Oh, I think he did like a Pocky and Rocky one.
I love that one with Peanut Butter Gamer.
Yeah, if I've seen anything of his, it's definitely more the older stuff. I know he's back now, although I haven't really.
Yeah, I like him. Actually, I think you would really like what he's doing. He started another a weekly series on another channel where it's like a game release recap show weekly, but it's what released 30 years ago.
Wait, how did I not get this Mumbo token? That's odd.
So it's like he talks about all these games from like 1994 as if they just came out.
Oh yeah, I get those in my recommends for sure.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. No, but yeah, so he back in the day, he did videos about the Kinect and the PlayStation Move, and they always have the skits in the beginning. And there's a joke about how there's a scene in Heavy Rain with the girl, and I won't go into detail because it's adult, but it's so funny how in the skit he's having a hard time because he's using one controller and one PlayStation Move to do this, and it's so awkward. And it's like, why did the game even support PlayStation Move? Do you really want to slowly pick up a water bottle with PlayStation Move? Like random stuff.
Let me see. Project's doing Let's Plays now. Did they make more games at all? Are those the 3 games that they know for? Says RC Shaggy.
Actually, funny enough, I don't know if it got canceled because you never know with games like there's a lot of canceled. But they announced they're doing a Star Wars game. I mean, who knows, right? How many Star Wars games get canceled? There was like 13, and all those games always get canceled. But so who knows if they're still doing that? But that's the last thing I heard is Quantic Dream is making a Star Wars game in that style. I'm not the biggest Star Wars guy. I've never really been into it. Saw the movies as a kid, but I think part of my... Do you like Star Wars?
Star Wars is fine. I'm more the Lucas era Star Wars guy, I guess you could say. One way of putting it. How do you do this?
One thing I've heard, and from what I've seen, I kind of agree with this. It's like, well, yeah, because I was saying, like, I think Pokemon, one of the things I like about Pokemon the most is its world building. Like, I feel like it's amazing how good they are at making a giant world. Like, it really feels like the game has, like, realistic, in a way, like, realistic, like, how, like, animals and, like geography and how, like, it's kind of, it feels like they discover animals in the same way I feel like you would in real life. Like, every time new Pokemon get introduced, it feels like in real life when they find a new species of butterfly or whatever. And I love that. But the thing with Star Wars is they literally have this infinite world of things they can do, and almost every spin-off has to connect to Luke Skywalker somehow. Like, they're just stuck in the past, and... Because I've heard that they've done some shows that are completely unrelated, and those are the ones the fans like. So, but you know, think about like what they did recently. They did that Obi-Wan show, which is and then they did the Ahsoka show, which are both entirely only good if you already watched all the movies and Clone Wars.
Yeah, there's a lot of spin-off content and such in that regard, and I think Disney even like retconned a whole bunch of it when they did their thing.
Yeah, they retconned all the books.
I'm just mainly like, you know, the original 6 movies and such is mainly what I could talk about. I don't know about all the other things that they did.
Well, they also retconned all the games, like Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah, I heard that.
That's Kyle Katarn ones.
Crazy. All right, this is great.
I have heard the new game is really good. The Jedi Survivor, the one with the Dark Souls style one with the lightsaber. I've heard that one's a lot of fun.
I know. Oh man, what was it called? There was the one that was really big for a while there, but now it's I know the name. It's just slipping my mind.
Battlefront?
No. I keep wanting to say the Force Awakens, but that's not it. It's the Force. It was
Unleashed.
Force Unleashed? Yeah, there you go. It's like
I haven't played those, but those look really fun. Yeah, those are pretty cool. They're very much not canon, because like there's DLC levels where you kill Luke Skywalker and every other main character.
Okay.
It's like a fan fiction, pretty much. But it's pretty cool. You know, I completely missed that present in this tree the first time. I had to look up where it was.
Oh no. Yeah, it's kind of just like off to the side there. You're looking at everything else, you don't really see it.
I also don't like... I noticed in this level, have you noticed how every time you die, you lose all the presents, and you have to do that over again?
I don't even... Is that true even in the 64 one? I can't remember the last time I died in
it was in this... I died way too many times in this level, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god, I missed a note.
And yeah, whenever you die, all the presents get reset. You don't keep those, which is weird.
And very strange. They're kind of like Jinjos, except they're just different Jinjos, essentially. Yeah. In the 64 version, you also have to recollect Jinjos every time you leave the level and come back.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's another change there.
You have to collect them if you die?
Jinjos, yeah. They got to all be done in one go.
Man. No, but yeah, like I was saying with Star Wars, it's like, I feel like with a world like that, they could do literally anything they wanted. And all they do is connect to Luke Skywalker. That's kind of lame.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like that's... I don't know. I don't find that as big of a problem. Again, I haven't consumed a whole bunch of the extra Star Wars media, but I can understand how people might enjoy that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a nostalgia thing. Obviously, people watch it because a lot of people do like the fact that they know what they kind of like. Oh, look, it's Luke Skywalker. I can watch that. I can pay attention. But
let's see, what am I still missing? So yeah, so Freeze Easy Peak. You said you beat this level, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to look here. I don't think. Is it walrus time is what I'm trying to determine here. I think it is. This is not going to work. Right, I don't think there's any other notes I missed. Here's that weird flight pad here that's kind of tricky to get up onto. Oh, that's right. It was mentioned that if you backflip backwards, which, you know, makes sense, you go a little bit higher. So sometimes I accidentally, I guess, do it forwards. But okay, into here we go. Did you race the bear for the first time? So you race him the first time after transforming into the walrus. Yeah, okay, so that's why it seems like I'm still missing notes. There's a couple up here we still got to get. Where am I missing? Oh, Orange Jinjo. Oh,
Oh, there's one in the cave, right?
Yeah, but I don't think you can go in there until you go to him with the walrus the first time, right? So I have to get that later. I'm trying to think. There's nothing that you use the walrus for outside of the level. So I'll have to come back and transform anyway. Certain worlds from Kazooie can be played during certain holidays. Yeah, that's so true, right? This is kind of a, you know, Christmas themed level. Tui changed it to a checklist. Another. But yeah, oh yeah, that's right. There's that Bad Batch as well. I think it was like the last Star Wars series that that George Lucas worked on. People were mentioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. So after this, wow, we still got 2 more levels to do. We just hit the 2-hour mark here. Bubble Gloop Swamp set us back a good like 10-15 minutes that otherwise wasn't expecting. But yeah, I think the run's going well so far. What do you think, Max?
I'm doing good. Yeah, no, this looks good. Oh wait, no, sorry. You asked how you were doing.
No, I just said, how are things going overall?
I'm on autopilot.
No.
Oh, your run's doing good. I like this. I'm doing good. I don't have anything to do today. I don't have a life. I'm fine.
No, it sounds like you've been up to some pretty exciting stuff, actually.
Yeah, well, now that I'm back, everything goes back to boring normal. You know how it is.
Don't you have like a whole list of different cons you're already signed up for?
Well, there's one for sure that I'm going to. Maybe one other later in the year, but the SoCal Gaming Expo, that one's gonna happen because I have my family's out there, so I go out there and I stay with them.
Well, that's awesome.
So I love California. It's my home, and it's great there. I mean, it's expensive, but it's nice.
Again, my only experience of California was back in 2012, and it was fine for what it was back then. My memory is always the Walk of Fame. And it's like, you always see the Walk of Fame in front of like the Chinese theater and such, but then it goes through like really sketch areas. Like I wonder whose handprints are down there, but you don't dare go.
LA is very. I feel like the issue with LA is it's a good and a bad thing, but I feel like a lot of people think all of California is just LA. Right. And if you like LA, that's a good thing, and if you don't, then you never want to go there ever. To any of it.
No, there's lots of places like that for sure.
California's beautiful. I mean, they have so much variety. I don't think there's many other. I mean, you can go from being at the beach to being on a ski resort in 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, California is really nice for that sort of thing. When I was there, we went on The Price is Right. I was just mentioning this in another stream.
Oh, you did.
Fortunately, was not a contestant. Yeah, so if you go to California, you must have done all that sort of stuff, like be in the audience of like every game show, Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy.
I haven't. Okay, I was in 2 tapings of Dr. Phil.
Oh, really? That's funny.
I mean, now that I have a car now, maybe if I still lived there, I might do things like that. But I only really went to Dr. Phil because it was a field trip. I was in drama, and they took a field trip to go see Dr. Phil 2 years in a row.
That's interesting. Very interesting. I was in the audience back in like 2010. I did the audience for Jimmy Fallon in New York.
I don't like him.
No, I don't do any late night stuff, but it was just the thing that I did when I was in New York.
I like Conan.
Oh my gosh, Conan! Okay, Conan was my favorite.
He's so funny.
I really liked when he became the Late Show for like 8 months, and then I haven't watched late night TV since. I did Fallon before he took over that slot.
It sucks what happened to him. It is really sad. Because you know what happened with Jay Leno and everything. What happened to him? Like, it was kind of scummy what he did.
Yeah. Well, I saw the literal Leno was the last guest on Conan's old show, and he's like, "The show's yours, my friend," and just to stab him in the back.
Yeah. So Jay Leno retired, right?
Right.
And Conan took over, and then Jay Leno decided, "No, I want to come back." but they couldn't just give him the Late Show right away. So what I think what they did was they gave Jay Leno his own, and this just shows what kind of a nice guy Conan is. So they gave Jay Leno his own show, like, you know, but they gave him his show at a really good time, and they pushed the Late Show later to like make people not want to watch it.
Right.
And
yeah.
I think the reason why Conan left was he felt bad because his show made it so I think Jimmy Fallon was on at like 1 a.m. And so he felt bad for Jimmy. He didn't want to be like the guy that, you know, ruined it for Jimmy Fallon, so he just left. And, you know, he seems like a really good guy. He apparently he took like a, you know, a huge amount of money to move over to LA, and he paid every single one of his employees for the time that they weren't working out of his cut.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really nice.
Yeah, I've been a fan of Conan since back, like, you know, even The Simpsons. Like, he wrote some of my favorite episodes, like Homer Goes to College. I love that episode.
Conan has always been a good thing. Also, hi guys.
Hello,
Hi.
I need to check out here who's joining us. Oh, we got Azul. Welcome.
Hi.
Hope you're having a nice day.
I just finished a 4.5-hour stream.
So,
Wow.
And now you're joining this one. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I know. Well, okay, let's put it this way. I can tolerate Banjo-Kazooie. I just spent 4.5 hours card collecting in Kingdom Hearts Re-Chain Memories.
Oh. I've never played a game. I can tell from what you've posted that you like RPGs way more than I do.
That's not necessarily true. I won't just go and look at a JRPG and say, oh, I'm gonna play this, because like you'd be like seeing me play a lot more like the Tales games and things like that. But like Kingdom Hearts is definitely one of them. I'm getting more into Final Fantasy. Yakuza's pushing it. They are technically action RPGs, but they're not like.
Well, the new ones are turn-based, right?
They are, but like the previous ones also used skill-based, were also skill-based too.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure like Andrew can attest. He's been watching like back and forth with my Yakuza guide. It's still an RPG, just not in the sense that you would think.
Yeah. Other than Pokemon, I have a hard time with RPGs. I can't play a game that's that long. Like, with Pokemon, it's not bad. Like, I mean, if you don't want to do all I mean, sometimes I do the extra stuff, but if you just want to get to the end, I think the longest one is like Gen 4, or no, Gen 2.
Gen 2. Because
I don't feel like Gen 2's truly done until you beat Red.
Yep. Yeah.
And you know, it's a hard fight. Red is still, to this day...
He's considered one of the hardest bosses.
Well, he's the highest leveled CPU of any game, I think. Still.
Oh, yeah, because his Pokemon's like level 70 to 80, so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And there's not a single post game champion that is that high in any. Not that I'm aware of. I haven't played the recent ones. I just know that like.
Scarlet and Violet got surprisingly close, actually. Like, it was kind of crazy how, like... Because I wasn't expecting this. Because in Sword and Shield, the DLC is pretty easy. And you can do it as soon as... I think you can start the DLC in Sword and Shield as soon as you beat the first gym. So it's not that bad. But in Scarlet and Violet, you have to do everything else to unlock the DLC at all. And the first fight in the DLC is a level 66 Pokemon. So, like...
That's a proper way of actually handling DLC anyway.
Yeah, but it's crazy. In the very final areas, I think you can catch wild Pokemon that are like level 97 at points. Because, you know, you can eat the sandwiches, you know, to like make the... You know about the sandwiches, right? Have you played Scarlet?
I have not played a Pokemon game since like Gen 4.
Yeah,
Azul and I are in the same boat. Gen 4 was where
like
I
4 was pinnacle, and I didn't beat. I had Diamond at the time. I didn't beat it.
I've beaten Gen 4 multiple times. I think I beat Pearl, and then I beat both of the remakes. So yeah.
Sorry.
No, So they added like a sandwich making, kind of like the Poffins, you know. But like instead of you make these sandwiches, every game has to have one of those food gimmicks. But in this one, the sandwiches give you buffs like higher shiny chance, higher chance of certain types of Pokemon spawning. And I think one of them has to do with levels. So like at perfect scenarios, I think you can find like level 97 Magikarps or something ridiculous in the DLC areas. It's really funny.
That's ridiculous.
But I enjoyed it. I think they took so much. I think I got my first ever Pokemon to level 100. So it was my. I really like Pokemon Bank. I'm one of those people that gets really attached to Pokemon. So after I beat the main game, I always transfer forward. I have a team of like all of my favorite Pokemon from all the games, and so I always transfer that forward. So like I have my I don't have the exact one because I think I lost it somehow from being a kid, but I love Ampharos. That's my favorite Pokemon. So I have like an Ampharos from Soul Silver, and I love Ampharos, and I love I played Pokemon Blue on Virtual Console, so I have my Venusaur from Pokemon Blue in Scarlet and Violet.
Has it been confirmed what's happening to Pokemon Bank when the online shuts down in like a couple weeks?
It hasn't. Most people. I mean, I feel like maybe you should assume they're going to. I don't think they will, because like it's a pretty big deal. I don't know yet, and I am kind of worried that they will, and I'm going to kind of be cautious about that because there is one thing I want to do with Pokemon Bank before it shuts down, and so I'm going to have to beat Pokemon Black to do that. But the only thing so the really cool thing I love about Pokemon Bank is that it actually keeps track of what game you caught a Pokemon in. So like even in the newest games like Pokemon Home and Scarlet and Violet, it'll say like in the description, like, you caught this Pokemon in Johto, which is so cool. They'll say what region you caught it. If you did it on the Virtual Console, it'll have a little Game Boy icon. And there's, like, ribbons that, you know, I think they were in Gen 3 and Gen 4, but there's, like, ribbons that you can, like, attach to your Pokemon. And the coolest thing, and this is what I want to do before the server shut down, if you transfer a Pokemon from Coliseum or XD to Gen 3, and then to Gen 4, and then Gen 5, and then Pokemon Bank, it'll have a ribbon in Scarlet and Violet, in the newest game, saying that you helped purify its heart. And I want that. I want to get a Pokemon that knows it was a Shadow Pokemon. Because I beat those games last year. So I have a bunch of Shadow Pokemon that I can transfer.
So, yeah, when I was a kid, I always wanted the GameCube games. Because like they were excellent games. I played them a little bit when I was.
They're really cool.
But I had this thing called being chronically poor.
Sorry, Azul. I hate to interrupt the story at exactly that point. Super Tom Brother though was asking if we have all of the stop and swap items yet. So in order to unlock the stop and swap areas, we need to have save data from Banjo-Kazooie, and we'll be playing that immediately after this. And once we have that, we'll come back, grab the stop and swap items, and do all those features. But no, we have not collected any of them yet. In fact, today's stream, we're just kind of replaying some stuff we already did because of a glitch that's exclusive to the Microsoft versions. And yeah, so far so good. But I just love doing this. Oh, what glitched? So I did the bottles bonus puzzles inside of his house, and then
did you do those first?
I did those about halfway through, but what happened was some of the puzzles featured levels I hadn't done yet, like Mad Monster Mansion, and since in the 360 version, notes that get collected don't come back, the notes that he collected in that puzzle weren't there, and we spent like 2 hours looking for the notes that I didn't have.
I knew about that. Like,
I probably read about that years ago and forgot about it.
That's crazy.
Oops, wrong button. But yeah, sorry Azul, please. Your story.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Basically because while I don't exactly have a lot of money now, I'm more financially able to figure out what I can and can't get.
Someone's cooking.
That was my air fryer.
I love it. Air fryers are the best.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, I even use Nintendo. I can't afford $160 for Coliseum.
Oh yeah, no. If I want to, I'll do some things that are not necessarily morally or legally correct.
Yeah, I mean, well, you probably, you guys
theoretically,
probably,
I'm not admitting to any crime.
yeah, you guys, yeah, I ripped my own ROMs. Yep.
I ripped my own ROMs. Yeah.
I'm totally like how
Where's this
my
stuff?
Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days guide. I totally ripped that ROM from the one that I actually do have. I do actually have a physical copy of the game.
Well, yeah, I do. I mean, it is kind of like I have this thing called. Oh yeah. Andrew did a video about it, the GB operator. So
Yeah.
So that was really nice because I have all my Pokemon saves backed up. Because you know something so funny. When I bought my pre-owned copy or my used copy of Pokemon Gold, whoever replaced the battery put the battery in backwards.
Oh, that can.
So it wouldn't save, and I had to take it to a store, and they found out it wouldn't save because the minus was plus and the plus was minus.
Ouch.
So they fixed that, so now it saves. But yeah, so like I think I started those games on an emulator, and then when I got my actual cartridges, I put the saves onto the cartridge, which is really cool.
Very nice.
Well, I've never. To be fair, I don't know how to rip ROMs.
You need a device. You basically just need it's like a cartridge slot that plugs in with USB, and they make other ones. I know the big one was the Retroid? Is that what it's called? Retroid? Something like that. There was one in like 2013 that somebody made where it's basically just a brick with like a Super Nintendo and a Genesis and an NES cartridge slot, and it just goes out USB. And I think you get adapters for like other cartridges, and
there's some
cool.
There's some consoles you can do too. Like you can rip Game Boy with just like a modded Wii, and then the Game Boy Advance to GameCube cable.
Yeah.
So there's creative ways you can do it like that as well.
And I remember you were having issues with that one ROM on your EverDrive.
Russian Attack?
Yeah, and I know. I was saying in the chat, but I'm pretty sure the Retro AVS can rip ROMs.
I think it can. And I think it can do like the save data thing, like with the
You can write to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I love writing. Like I love being able to move my save files back and forth.
Oh yeah.
Great.
I will say this. I have no like whether or not I did or didn't use a ROM on my own ROM on 358 over 2 days.
Yeah.
One thing that I did do to keep the walkthrough genuine is I never save stated unless it was to stop a recording.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Like I wouldn't save state if I died. If I died, I'd go immediately back to where like I was last time.
I'm not gonna lie. There are times where I get very like I do not want to do this.
Oh my god.
And sometimes I kind of abuse those save states because I have the analog pocket. It's amazing. I love it.
I want to touch on what Super Tom Brothers says for a second.
Yeah.
So yeah, it sounds like there was an update for that glitch, but it doesn't look like it exists for the 360 version. I've never been asked to update or given the option to, but yeah, it's probably like the rare replay versions and such.
Yeah,
that
that's
don't
what
have
I
to
have.
worry about that anymore.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
I wouldn't know. I didn't even do the bottles thing, but yeah, I have the rare replay version. It's pretty cool.
And also says that he bought Soul Silver in Japanese because I can't believe how much those cost these days.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you want to know what it is? It's as dumb as this. Outside of the fact that when a game stops selling commercially, its price inflates. Then there are collectors, which is fine because I know Andrew, you're a collector, and then you have the scalpers who will buy in bulk when an opportunity like this happens. And then sell it at like huge prices.
I think there's a lot of sides. As a collector, I kind of feel like I don't know. I'm not that bothered. I'm not that bothered by resellers. I don't have a problem if somebody, as long as you're not trying to screw someone over.
Well, that's my point. I'm talking like resellers who played it to like
they're all scalp
200%.
Yeah, most people don't do that. I feel like a lot of people just do it. Like, I mean, look, I wish Pokemon Black or Soul Silver wasn't $100+, but it's like, if you own a store and somebody trades it in, you're not just gonna. I don't expect you to sell it for $50 just because of the goodness of your heart. Like that's how much it's worth. It's not your
but
fault.
But I'll see like copies of like, for example, Conker's Bad Fur Day, which currently is not. It's worth a little bit, but it's not worth.
It's like $100.
It's like $100. I've seen people like go on eBay and try to sell it for like $300.
Yeah.
Which is an awful price.
Yeah. You know, speaking of scalpers, I'm so glad PS5s are available. I wonder how many scalpers had a bunch of PS5s left that they had to sell for less than they bought them for.
When the Slim came out, didn't it cost even more than the original, though? Weirdly?
No. Well, okay.
No.
Kind of.
The
The digital one did, because so the digital, it used to be digital 400 and disc 500, and I think now the digital Slim is 450. But that's
450 and the physical one is 550.
The only no, the physical's just 500.
Is it still just 500?
Yeah.
Oh.
The only reason they raised it by $50, from what I can tell, is they started selling. So the only reason they did the Slim was the disc drive is detachable. And I think that's because it makes production easier, so now they only have to make one model and then add on the disc drive with half of them. So that makes it easier. But the disc drive's $80. So I don't think they wanted people to buy a digital and a disc drive and save $20.
Yeah. And I understand, like, wanting physical games. I've had this conversation with Andrew before.
I love physical games.
I'm the only. No, keep in mind, a lot of it has to do with like where, like my living condition being that I don't have a lot of room in my apartment.
Yeah, I get that. You need a lot of space.
You need a lot of space. And I rent, so.
Ooh. So you can't put anything on the walls usually.
No.
Yeah.
So that means I have to choose digital over physical, and I understand, definitely understand. You know, trying to save the
preservation.
That's the preservation.
Yeah.
I don't get that. I don't get that luxury.
I used to live in a little small mountain community, and my closest GameStop was like 45 minutes away, so I bought a lot more digital on Switch, because like if a game was like, if I really wanted a game, I wasn't gonna wait 2 hours to drive all the way down and all the way back. Like, I think Animal Crossing I got digitally because I wanted to play it the second it came out. I wasn't the biggest fan of New Horizons, and I still like New Leaf more. But
I was
excited at the time.
Daniel posting like the issue with physical releases giving key code. I absolutely understand that. I can't stand that.
I don't like when it's a code in the. They don't do that too often. I've noticed Look, I'm fortunate enough to have all 3 next-gen consoles. Like, I feel bad for people. I feel bad for like people that only have a Switch and they want to play like a sports game, because I've noticed most of those digital code in box releases are like Switch third-party like multi-plat releases.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky that I have no interest in most of those. I mean, there's other exceptions. I know didn't DuckTales Remastered used to be like that when it first came out? On PS3? It was just a code in a box?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I have it on Wii U, so I'm fine, but yeah, it was annoying.
Yeah, the funny thing is, it got a physical Xbox 360 release.
Yeah, and
not a PS3.
Yeah. And then there's also games like, you know, I get it. The other issue with like physical is that publishers don't want to pay the extra money to buy bigger sized things, because you know Nintendo makes Switch cartridges that are like 256 gigabytes, but nobody wants to pay for them because they're expensive. So that's why there's a lot of games where it has a cartridge, but then most of it you have to like install internally. Like,
yeah,
I love Metal Gear, so I bought those Metal Gear collections that came out last year, and I'm a big fan of the franchise, and they barely do anything, so I wanted to support the franchise to let them know people still care. So I bought it on PS5 and on Switch, and I'm probably never gonna play the Switch version because it requires 32 gigs of space to play. Like nothing's on the cartridge except for the NES games, I think.
That's why I didn't buy it. I ended up not buying it.
You were going to, yeah.
I was going to, and then once
Yeah,
it turned out to be
you-
like, yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna get it for PC, get it for PS5, get it for Xbox One. Whether you have X or S does not matter. A game will run fine.
Well, also I didn't want to buy it on Xbox. It's on Game Pass, so I didn't want to buy it.
Oh
on
yeah,
Xbox.
if it's on Game Pass, no need to buy it then. But my whole point being that, like, oh god, and like, there are other games that do that too. Actually, this is a good example because
There's a lot on Switch.
It doesn't have a physical release on Switch. I bought LA Noire on Switch, and it was digital only. I don't think there's no physical copy of it. But you can buy it digitally. For the most part, it runs fine, except for the fact that there is not enough room on the Switch's hard drive. You have to have an SD card on it.
You need an SD card. Yeah.
Hello, Christian. Welcome. And also, I want to definitely address some of the things that Super Tom Brother's been saying. Let me see who we gotta pay bills and stuff. I think this year they do physical releases. They just give you a code. Yeah, that sucks when they do that. Yeah, GameStop. It'd be nice if they still had retro games, and
they do.
Like, but online only, right? Like, you can't even.
No,
go
it's really random. They started carrying them in stores, but it has to be like bigger stores. Like little tiny ones don't. With certain stores, it depends on the store. Either they carry them in, or when they get them traded, they have to send them into the, online. Yeah. But some stores do have them. I've seen several that carry retro games.
Yeah, hope you're having a nice day there, Christian. And also, one more thing, Super Tumblr said, you guys hate the part digital releases where the cart or disc only has part of the game. Well, that's the big paradox.
Yeah,
people say, people talk about physical copies and preservation or stuff. It's useless to you if half of it requires like a day one update or something like that. What if that ever goes down?
Yeah, that's the other thing is that they actually do that because when you put in a PS5 or actually I think this is specifically PS5. I don't think I've seen any of my Xbox games do this. At least not since my Xbox One.
Oh.
No.
All right, we made it.
Well done.
Thank you.
It depends on the game. Like I know Spider-Man 2 Spider-Man 2 had I think one really weird glitch people were pointing out, but Spider-Man 2 for the most part it was entirely on the disc. There was a day one update, but you didn't need to do it. With Xbox, most games require it, although I do remember, you guys know a Modern Vintage Gamer, the British guy.
I've heard of him.
Oh, yeah.
He talked about, I guess Microsoft kind of fixed some of their issues, and they actually added an update where now you can play games offline. You used to not be able to do anything without installing it. And I think they made it so some games let you play them offline now, if you really want to.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which is good, I mean, with the Switch, honestly, I'm surprised at how many first-party Switch games are still 1.0, or like barely an update, like that you don't need.
Well, I think it was when Mario Wonder came out. I was surprised it didn't require a day one update.
Just put it in, and that's it. It's awesome.
The game worked out fine, so.
Oh, Super Tom Brother mentions that it really annoyed him when the Mega Man Legacy Collection came out, and the first one was... So I think the reason I heard for that was because at some point Nintendo didn't let you put multiple games on one cartridge or something. So they had to make the second one down. I don't think that was Capcom's fault, but it is really stupid. I hate that too.
That was a Nintendo thing.
I know one really annoying example was the Spyro Reignited trilogy,
that's what I was about to say.
All three of the games are in the same menu, but two of them you have to install on the hard drive. So if you go into the game, it won't let you select two of them.
You want to know why? It's because the second and the third one weren't finished being completed.
Yeah. Oh, man.
They literally released the first one when, okay, you have the rights to the second and third one, but they're not done. So...
Also, I feel like, on a lot of ports, I feel like I'm still in the camp that thinks that, I don't think the Switch. I don't really think the specs matter that much. I feel like they've shown before.
Oh.
I think they've shown many times that if a developer is good at their job, they can make a good port. Like they're like, I think it was Nier Automata was like an amazing port out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then there's other ones that are pretty bad, but it's like, I don't know. Like I usually play stuff on Xbox if it's a multi-plat because I want the best version. But I know, Andrew, you said you loved Crash 4.
Oh, I did.
And you technically played the worst version, so but it still ran well.
All right, we're not taking any chances with this. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't have any issues with the Wii version, or not the Wii, the Switch version.
Is it a lower frame rate than it is on PlayStation 4?
I couldn't tell you because I don't even notice things like that. I didn't notice a bunch of lagging or like dropped frames or anything like that.
I don't either.
Last I checked, it ran at like between 50 to 60 on PS5.
It doesn't bother me usually. Frame rate doesn't bother me.
It's
although
not that big of a deal.
Although I'd still rather play a multi-plat on something other than Switch.
Yeah, if you're gonna do multi-plat, for me, like I love my Xbox, but for me, if I have to choose which one I'm gonna multi-plat or do one with multi-plat, it's gonna be my PlayStation. One, because trophy hunting is much more satisfying.
Oh, I never finished this guy.
Achievement hunting.
Yeah.
And two, there's not as much. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not like dunking on Microsoft or Xbox players. Every console in the PCs have their advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah.
I don't participate.
I personally usually buy a lot of multi-plats on Xbox because I like the controller more. I don't know if it's my hands, but I kind of find the DualSense a little too big.
Yeah, I get that. I think for me it's quite the opposite. It's the Xbox controller's a little too bulky for me.
Oh yeah. What I was gonna say, Super Tom Brothers said about the thing is they do make bigger Switch cartridges, but like I said, the publisher doesn't want to pay the extra money for each cartridge.
Right.
That's why they don't want to pay for it. They make, I know they make 128. I think they do make a 256, but nobody's used it. But yeah, my thing with multiplats is I'll buy it on PS5 because there's a lot of multiplats where I'm like, this feels weird on Xbox. Like Tekken. Like I bought Tekken on PS5. Tekken feels wrong on Xbox. That's not right. I don't like that. Or
Yakuza is a big one. Like
another one that feels really weird on Xbox is Mortal Kombat, because that's always been like a Sony thing.
Yeah.
Since it was, I mean, it's always been. I think it's been on Xbox as long as it was on PS2. But
to be fair, like, and even
feels weird on Xbox.
It was on like Nintendo too before.
Well, also I think another reason why the PlayStation versions are usually the best is look at like the 3D era. Like, have you played any like the PS2 Mortal Kombat's, like the 3D ones?
Oh yeah.
Because it's
Deadly Alliance.
Because I think about it. Look at the DualShock 2, the GameCube controller, and the Xbox, like the S controller. Which D-pad do you want to use for a fighting game?
It's gonna be the PlayStation one.
Yeah. Oh my God, those D-pads are horrible on the other two.
Well,
yeah.
Well, the other big thing is like the problem with the D-pad is like with even with the Switch Pro, even with the Switch Pro, for example.
Yeah.
It's positioned the same way Xbox has it, and then when you play a PlayStation, use a PlayStation controller.
Yeah.
On the right side is your action buttons. Left side is your D-pad, and then under those two are your analog sticks.
Yeah.
Which is just a better positioning. Like,
yeah, it's really good for fighting games having the D-pad at the top. Yeah. Another thing is
I think
I don't. Oh.
Hello. What did I miss? 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10.
The. Did you get the Jinjo one?
Yeah.
Oh, isn't there one you need to come back here for? I feel like I read that in the guide.
That's free ZZ Peak.
Yeah, okay. you have to do either one first and then come back and get the other one. I did all the pyramids, right? I did the matching game. I did the one with the
saw you do the matching
snake. I
game.
did the maze. I did those rings we just went through. I did the guy with the nose. I did the big hand. I did the tree. Right?
Did you do the thing where you ground pound the posts in front of the Sphinx?
You have to put the eggs in his nose. I did that.
Oh, okay. No, sorry. I'm confusing that and Mario 64 with the water. Yeah, you just stand on the post.
23 minutes. Is that good or bad, Christian? I can't tell. Overall, our times have been really good, except freaking Bubble Gloop Swamp, which just don't even want to talk about that.
Bubble Gloop Swamp's awful.
Oh yeah. Yes, Azul. Thank you.
You gotta realize, like, as two people who have made guides for this game, and you made it for the original. You made yours for the original.
Yes.
Bubble Gloop Swamp sucks. It's not as bad as Rusty Bucket for me. Rusty Bucket will still always be my least favorite, but Bubble Gloop Swamp is very much a close second.
What?
It's just so time-consuming.
Oh, I remembered what I was gonna say.
I went in there. I went in there. I went in there. I went in there.
I don't think the 2 sticks on the Pro Controller on the Wii U are that bad. I kind of like them being up top.
Yeah.
Like I'm.
Andrew, did you say you had a Wii U Pro Controller?
I don't. Should I get one? I think they're only like $30 now.
I really like them, and they have a great battery life.
You could grab the Jiggy on top of the tree's head, right?
I thought I just got that. Where did I get the last Jinjo? Did I like forget to pick up?
Did you get the one with the hand?
Yeah, he got the hand.
Okay.
What was the last Jinjo I picked up? Maybe I
Did
didn't.
you do the one where you raced up the pyramid?
Yes, because that's how you fill the water down there.
Oh, I could not do that. I had
Did you
set
get
the
the
hard time on that.
There was a Jinjo in the water.
Yes.
There's a Jin.
Like,
Yeah,
did I get this guy and then forget to get the PC dropped or something? No.
I didn't see the thing drop. I'm gonna laugh if that's where it is.
Which thing dropped?
Did you check to see if you got it underwater?
Yeah, like there was the blue one down there. Did I forget that one?
There's also one. There's one in one of the pyramids.
Yeah, on the magic carpet. That wasn't the last one I got.
There's a second one in a pyramid though, if I remember correctly. It's like sitting in a pot, right?
Oh god.
Did you do the thing where you fought the crab that came after doing the puzzle with the ground pound? I was not paying attention. So. Oh, it isn't?
That's not in this
You're right.
level.
No, you're right. It's not.
The cactus hole. No, the cactus hole's an empty honeycomb.
That's an empty honeycomb.
I
think they're.
I'm sure I picked the one up in here. We'll check it again.
Did you check the one that's in Sandy Butts too?
Oh, hello, shiny Moltres. Nice dream. You left your Wii U. You had a dream that you left your Wii U gamepad and it rotted out.
I know you did this one.
Yeah, that's funny.
I picked it up.
I know the Wii U has that NAND issue where if you don't use it for like a year, it'll just die.
Did I forget
It'll
the
just stop working?
Did I forget the jump inside the tomb at the end? Was I so focused on Jinjos and Mumbo tokens that I forgot the tomb? It might have been it. It might have been it. I was just listening to the conversation, having a good time.
Is like, yeah, the one important item I need.
Like, it's strange because I'm sure I've done everything. I was just in such a groove I forgot to pick it up. Maybe.
I have done that in any game that has collectibles. Every game that's had collectibles, if I'm not making a guide for it, I have absolutely screwed that up.
Yeah.
And now this will be the time I die. No, it's not that.
Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Spyro. Pick one.
Yeah. You know, I was speaking of collectibles. I was talking about Saints Row earlier, and Saints Row 4 have you played those?
I have. It's my second least favorite. Or third least because it's my third least favorite because remake is my worst favorite. 3 is.
Oh man,
I forgot.
You know, I love.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
I'm not saying there was a Jinjo in the pot.
There you go.
No, but so I loved the Saints Row remake. Most people didn't, but I loved it.
You know what the worst part is that I recognize one of the voice actors. The guy who plays Kevin is in Judgment and Yakuza Like a Dragon, and I cannot unhear it.
You know, there was a lot of criticism. I get it. You know, I do, but I absolutely loved that game.
I like the gameplay.
I was sad that mostly everyone hated it because I loved it, but I don't know. I thought the jokes were funny. I thought the plot was funny. I mean, humor is subjective, but I thought the LARPing missions were funny.
I think my big issue with it is that, and no offense to anybody who is into that lifestyle, the thing is that what do I find more believable as gangsters? The ones from Saints Row 1, 2, and even 3? Or the ones from 4? With 4, it feels less believable. The thing is that the Deep Silver, who worked on the game, had consulted with former street gangs.
Yeah.
And so that's why it was like so genuine. 4 was weird. 4 is
it was I mean it was like a weird space thing. I love all of them. I mean, you know.
Oh yeah.
Except for one. One's kind of rough.
Yeah, I take it from someone who's 100% of the game and hates himself for it.
But I was gonna say one thing that makes 4 pretty easy to 100% is when you I think there's a mission you do late in the game and you unlock so Andrew, since you don't know, there's collectibles. There's like these little there's like these little things all over the map that you get, and they like let you like upgrade your character or whatever, and they're kind of fun to collect. They're like coins, right? Little things everywhere. Like the jiggies, like the music notes. They're just everywhere. And when you get to the end of the game, you unlock a tracker that shows you where all of the remaining ones are on the map.
Huh.
Which makes it way easier to finish, which is nice.
A lot of games tend to include some sort of tracker like that these days, like the Donkey Kong Country Returns games. You know, you can pay for squawks to find missing puzzle pieces and such. So
yeah,
there always seems to be some kind of hint system built in these days. But let me see here, Christian. We didn't wake him up, says Christian. Didn't wake who up? So luckily this time around, yeah, we didn't do the bottles mini games this time. So hopefully all the notes are still there. Have you guys played the story mode of Sonic Origins? Playing 4 or 5 Sonic games was tiring. And also, yeah, we did that jiggy inside of that coffin the right way this time. I just couldn't get it from the top this time. I don't know why. It was being weird.
Sonic Origins. I did buy that. I didn't. I tried. Sonic 1. Labyrinth Zone. I think that's all I have to say. That's all I need to say. You remember Labyrinth Zone, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Of course I do.
Oh man, it's so difficult. What happened with me? I got stuck on the boss because if you die on the boss, you have to beat that whole boss. You know the one where like you're like following Eggman up the tunnel and it's like really annoying.
Oh yeah, that is a terrible boss.
You have to beat also if you don't do it the first try, you have to do the whole thing with no rings because there's no rings after the checkpoint.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hello, joining me today, podcast. No glitch this time because I haven't done the bottles bonus puzzles on this file, and nor do I intend to do them because A, they're useless, and B, we already got the achievement. So we're just gonna leave them as they are. Fingers crossed. It's good.
You don't have an Xbox One, but I will say it was kind of hard to watch you spend $30 on these 2 games, considering Rare Replay is $5.
Is it really? Oh no. Oh well.
Rare Replay?
Well, it's $5 physically. I got my copy for $5 physically.
Well, it's like what? 20, 30 bucks, 20, 30 American.
Andrew spent 15 each on these 2 games.
Yeah.
It was really hard to see you do that. That was like a lot of money, I think.
That's painful.
For these.
Yeah, Andrew, I have to say, that's kind of painful.
It's kind of cringe.
But look at you. You don't own any current gen stuff, so I mean, I get it. Other than the Switch, so I get it. You're not gonna buy an Xbox One just for Rare Replay.
Yeah, I mean, we've already gotten two playthroughs out of this pretty much, so I'm getting my money's worth.
Yeah.
I'm getting my money's worth.
I see a couple things in the store that I want to get. When does it shut down? July? I think it's July.
Yeah, I think so. I put it in the description, but yeah.
There's a couple things I want to get before they shut down. I'm really glad I watched your video because there was a couple things that I thought were delisted that aren't that I'm gonna buy. Like
good to hear.
Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection, which was the only time I think one of only 2 times that the original 3 games have been like re-released ever. pretty much. They were re-released on the Midway Arcade Classics on the GameCube and PS2, and for some reason, Mortal Kombat 1 was only available on the Vita or the PSP version of that collection. Yeah, and then they were really... Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, Super Tom Brothers says that it was almost impossible to get all the emeralds in Sonic 2, in Sonic Origins, before they fixed it? Weird.
No, yeah, the bonus collections, or the bonus stages are a lot easier, because the way that Origins does it is, you don't have lives.
Wait, oh, sorry, just responding to Christian. Oh, okay, so that one that's, I got you, Christian. I'll get that one next time then. Thank you.
But so you don't have lives in Origins, so like it makes the games easier, obviously, because like you don't like if you die a bunch, you don't have to like restart the whole game over, which is nice, I think. And yeah, like but one thing that also makes it nice is instead of collecting 1-ups, you collect like coins, which is funny that there's coins in a Sonic game, but. You collect these coins, and it like takes up the live counter in the bottom left, and you get them from like doing the bonus stages and getting 100 rings or whatever. And those coins are actually they're called something. I think maybe I'm confusing them, but they're same thing. It lets you retry bonus stages.
Yeah.
So you don't have to like replay the whole level if you mess up the bonus stage, which is nice.
I remember like playing Sonic 2 because I had Sonic 1 and 2 as a kid, and outside of the fact that the bonus stages were ridiculously difficult too. Like I preferred ones like pinball mechanic, like pinball rotation thingy.
I'm assuming they're also probably. I also forgot another reason they're easier in Origins is you can pick between like 4 different characters in each game. So they added like Knuckles and Amy.
Yeah.
So because of that, when you're in the bonus stages, you don't have to worry about Tails. You can play without Tails.
Huh.
So that
because
so that
he hits his face on the spikes. Yes.
Yeah. Andrew, did you ever finish Superstars?
Superstars, yes. So there's like a second story you unlock after, no, but the main Sonic story, yes.
Yeah, I liked Trip. Trip was pretty adorable.
I'm gonna be.
Did you? How did you go with the final boss? That's what I was at. Oh my god, that took so long.
It's a long final boss, and you die. You got to do the whole thing over again.
And also, have you noticed how every time you die, you have to skip 2 cutscenes for some reason, even though there's no gameplay in between, and it could just be 1 cutscene?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, that took me an hour. That one and the other one where you're running from the techno level boss. Those each took me like an hour each of attempts.
The techno level boss?
Like the video game level where everything's like pixelated.
Is that the one where you're chasing or?
You're getting chased, yeah. Or you're chasing, yeah. That one is pretty hard too. Because like you have to fight the guy, and then also Eggman's like shooting at you with a it took me a lot of attempts, but
I gotta play that game because I've been wanting to play it last.
It was a good game. I don't know how other people feel. I know there's a lot of questions about
a lot of people have said it didn't live up, and like I'm also chronically on Twitter, which is an awful thing.
Oh my gosh, there's so
how off like. People are like, "Oh, this is like we shouldn't be going back to class." I'm like, dude, take a step back.
I loved. Okay, I'm gonna be honest because I've only beaten 4 Sonic games in like my whole life.
Yeah.
Not beaten many, or I've beaten like 3. I beat Forces because it's 3 hours. I don't know how you can't beat that. I beat Superstars and I beat the first Sonic Adventure. That's it. But like. Okay. I was amazed. Superstars was the first game where I played through that entire thing and I never thought, man, this is bad.
Yeah.
Loved Superstars. That was great.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does Shadow count as a Sonic game?
Yeah, I think it does.
Okay, good. I've beaten that. I've beaten Adventure 1 and 2. I
want to try Shadow. I think it looks good.
I love Shadow, dude. And everybody's like, "Oh, it's so Eddie. He swears." Yes, that's kind of
okay. That's fun, but people critique the gameplay. I think the gameplay looks fun. It just looks like It just looks like adventure, but you have guns. It doesn't look that bad.
It actually. So a lot of people are like it's glitchy. Adventure was more glitchy. This actually feels more like Heroes.
Okay, I haven't played Shadow the Hedgehog because I got a copy as a kid and it was broken. So I got a copy of the game. You know, in the first level when you fall through into like the city or like the buildings.
Yeah.
I got a GameCube copy, and the disc was messed up, and so you just fall forever.
Oh yeah, that would do it. Like the
such a weird glitch.
Like the city assets just didn't spawn in, so you
yeah.
falling.
So I was falling for 10 minutes, and I was like, I should return this.
We're actually running out of eggs, everybody. This is like something that never happens.
First.
Because we've been playing, just kind of like breezing through it.
You're playing.
I haven't been picking up
fast and
anything.
Loose.
It's been good though. It's been good.
Well, also you're kind of rushing, so you miss a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not picking up like every random item laying around.
But so the way that Shadow works like a branching, like it's like a Sonic game, but you have tasks. You can complete the level at maximum at maximum 3 ways.
Yeah, there's a neutral path, and then there's an
neutral
evil hero.
And neutral hero, evil.
Yeah, I've seen a Let's Play of the whole thing. I know it has like 10 different endings too. I don't think I would do all that.
100 for the game to be completely 100%, you have to explore every route. There are about 350 of those.
Oh my god! And you have to hear "This Is Who I Am" so many times.
Luckily, you can skip cutscenes.
Oh, but why would you want to skip that? I love that. This is who I am.
Oh yeah, this is who I am. You know what's funny? He's voiced by the same guy who did Sonic at the time too.
Yeah.
He is literally edgy Sonic.
You know, actually, it's funny you mentioned that. Me and Andrew were talking earlier about how Mike Pollock did a lot of Pokemon voices too. Jason Griffith, who voices Shadow, was Silent in Pokemon Black and White. I guess you probably didn't get that far.
I didn't get that far, no.
Yeah, Silent was the first gym leader in Pokemon Black and White, and he was like the Brock equivalent of that anime. And he's voiced by Jason Griffith, and I never noticed it first, and then somebody pointed it out, and I'm like, now I can't unhear it. All I hear is Sonic.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he was Sonic and Shadow. Because at the time, the people Mike Pollock's still playing Eggman.
He's great.
Oh, he's absolutely Because there's been like in video games 2 people who's voiced Eggman. That's it.
Yeah, and the first one only quit because he died, right? Or
I believe he either died.
Yeah, I love Adventure 1 and 2 Eggman.
Oh yeah.
I think he died shortly after Adventure 2, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I can't believe this. I love it.
But the way, what I like about, don't get me wrong, Mike Pollock is great.
He's great.
But he's a little more silly than the one from Adventure 1 and 2.
Kind of like how the new
1 and 2, he terrified me.
Kind of like how the new Cortex is sillier than the old one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, we're gonna say 2 and 3. We're not gonna say number 1 because Cortex from 1 had an interesting voice.
I like I haven't played much Crash. I like Cortex. He's cool. I like Crash.
Yes, I do remember that.
Played.
I only recently learned that the guy ever since I think Heroes, the guy who's been playing Knuckles is Travis Whittingham, and he's like the husband of Laura Bailey. Really good voice actor.
Who's Laura Bailey again? I forgot.
Laura Bailey is like. Have you seen like Critical Role or Vox Machina?
No, I have no idea what that is.
It's like a D&D. It's a D&D.
Oh. Yeah, that's why I haven't. I've never...
Laura Bailey was also Rise in Persona 4.
Okay. I haven't... Okay, I've heard of... I've at least heard of that.
Yeah. So, Travis Whittingham is, like, a big dude, deep voice. Except when he voices Knuckles.
Oh, no. Yeah. The new current Knuckles. Okay.
Current Knuckles, yeah. Current Knuckles. So, like, I've heard Travis Whittingham. He talks really deep all the time. But he pitches his voice with Knuckles, and you would not know.
I kind of noticed, in Frontiers. Yeah, I can kind of,
So it's mentioned by Super Tom Brother in Sonic Heroes has like some of the worst glitches because of the rails.
It does.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my
Sonic
gosh!
Heroes.
Yeah. Every time I
Sonic
play
Heroes
Sonic
is-
Heroes, I'm like, man, this isn't so bad. Why did I hate this? And then I
Right,
get
right.
to Rail Canyon.
Yes, yes. And as
Well,
And then
someone
I get to Rail Canyon.
And as someone who
was
wants to
a-
100% my games, in Sonic Heroes, if you die, you lose all your points, you lose everything. And some of those levels go on for like 10 minutes, so you'll be doing
They do.
great. Some glitch will kill you, you lose everything. It's like, I'm not going to replay this level, forget this.
You know, I've heard the worst Sonic game to 100% is Unleashed.
Ooh.
Which version? 'Cause
Yeah,
there are
yeah.
2 different versions. 'Cause
The HD one with all the hot. I've heard like there's something about hot dogs.
PS3 and Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Okay, because PS2 is actually really easy to 100%.
Well, there's no overworld, so there's a lot less moon medals, right?
Yes.
Something like that. Yeah.
Because like the PS2 one is an enjoyable experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, Xbox 360 and PS3 one was awful.
I heard it's because of the hot dogs. Something to do with hot dogs. Yeah. Oh,
I mean, it
God.
also had to do with just nobody liked Chip.
You know, there's a lot of hate on various little friendly companions. I'm usually not that bothered.
I'm normally not either. I
Chip
just
was
find
fine.
Chip was just a little overtly annoying.
Speaking of companions, I think people don't like. I loved Huey. Huey was great. I like Paper Mario Color Splash.
Oh, wow.
I loved Huey. He was so funny.
Oh gosh, I think that was a game I skipped.
You know,
Yeah.
I think that's another one. I don't get why people don't like it. I beat it.
It's
Last
not
one.
that I didn't
I thought it was
like
great.
I just didn't want to get I wasn't gonna get a Wii U.
Well, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. It was also, especially when that, Color Splash was like the last first-party Wii U game other than Breath of the Wild. Like Color Splash was the only game on the Wii U that was first-party in like its whole entire
Okay.
last year.
That's like saying, okay, to be fair, like that's like saying Twilight Princess was meant to be a GameCube game.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't know. I wouldn't count Breath of the Wild as like. I don't think anyone was buying a Wii U for Breath of the Wild. I
No.
don't think that really counts. I don't like. I feel like. I mean, it came out on Wii U, but I wouldn't count that as like a Wii U game.
No,
Even
it's
though
a
it
Switch
technically
game.
is,
It's absolutely a Switch game. See, like back to the Shadow thing. Like people are like, "Oh, Shadow is awful to 100%." I'm not gonna say it's awful. I'm gonna say it is tedious because the 100% at 1, you do have to A rank every mission, but you can go to a mission mode, so you don't have to go and like do a route again. And 2, you do the routes. The routes take forever. It's like 55 minutes to complete a full
Yeah.
route, right?
Look, Andrew's in my favorite level right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, here we go.
No, this is one of my favorite ones.
Fingers
too.
crossed this all goes well this time.
The only thing I do kind of want to watch you do, there were certain things that I couldn't figure out how to do that I want to see you do, and one of them is, how do you leave the house? I couldn't. I think when you know where you like have to sneak up on the guy.
I'm confused. I hope you don't mean like Banjo's house.
No,
I
the
think
house
you
in
mean
this
Snapper.
level, the one where you have to go into like
oh.
the guy. Don't
Did you go
hit
in
the
through
floorboards.
chimney?
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
got it.
did.
And then
I
you have
did.
to jump on the chairs because the squeaky wood floor wakes him up.
Yeah, but how do you leave after you? I literally
Oh.
just had to kill myself because I
He'll-
didn't know how to
he'll
leave.
He'll leave once you have the Jiggy. He leaves.
No, I see what he's saying. Max, you didn't break open the front door, so he's getting stuck on the front door from the inside.
God, is that what it was?
That's hilarious. And come to think
Yeah,
of
I
it,
didn't know. I didn't
di-
know you could open the front door.
I didn't open the front door either right now, so we'll get stuck inside and see what Max experienced. Everyone, this is gonna be fun.
I tried. First, what I tried was I thought it would be like I thought it'd be like certain sections where like I thought it would be like the pirate ship in the second level where if you're close enough to the hole it'll just get you out. So I tried that, and then I tried to use the flight to fly up the chimney.
Oh,
It didn't work.
that's cool. I mean, that's a
So I
smart thing.
I just had to die in the fire.
So like, could you? Was it like not letting you go outside at all?
Yeah,
Or was it
I
stopping
couldn't
you
find
at
the
front
exit.
door?
And yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's any other. You can't go back out the chimney. I tried
No, you
that,
can't.
so I don't know how
Um,
you're supposed to get out. other
But
than
did
that.
you like? Did you not like? Was the door still in the way?
Yeah, I did not open the front door. I didn't know you could do that. I thought it was just closed shut.
Yeah, can you not open?
I forgot to open the front. I don't. Yeah. Well, also Andrew was mentioning in his first stream he did. I totally forgot about the shoulder bash until this level.
Oh yeah, the shoulder bash. You can break it that way.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, and then I had to look up a guide, and they said shoulder bash the gates, and yeah. That move.
Can you just rat-a-tat-rap the door as well?
I thought I tried. Maybe I didn't. I could not open the front door.
It's like rat-a-tat-rap just basically.
Oh. Christian says I can open the front door from the inside. I didn't know that either.
I was about to say.
I guess I just never tried. So.
Okay, Andrew, that was a very, very lucky fall.
I wasted time trying to actually get it on camera this time. The last time I did that, it was just like we were looking at the floor while I was falling.
Yeah.
So by trying to arrange the camera, we almost ran out of gold feathers, which was kind of funny.
I didn't even think about you could do that because, like, you know, I saw you do it in Freeze Easy Peak. I died in that level so many times because I fell all the way down.
I never had trouble with Freeze Easy.
I didn't know that you could. I didn't realize you could use the gold feather in that way. The way I always survived big jumps was I just saved my double jump and then I fluttered right above the ground.
No, it's certainly never explained to you that you can do that. You kind of just have to figure it out yourself.
Well, and with the flutter jump, like, you have to be careful because if you fall a certain distance, then
he starts kind of spinning.
He'll spin, and then like you're SOL at that point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I think what happens, it usually doesn't work. Because a lot of the time when I fall off, I panic and I try to jump twice, and so I already used my double jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I realized. I didn't realize when I first played this that you could, like, break all the windows, because I remember I played through this whole level, and then I got the pumpkin, and I had to go back and turn back into Banjo to break all the windows.
Huh. Yes. Yeah, that's really annoying. If you miss a window. I don't think the bottom level, any of the windows... Why? These bats are getting me! And then they just kind of get, like, stuck in
they're so annoying, yeah, oh.
I don't think any of the bottom windows have notes, though. I think it's only upper floors. You have to so this room, these are the notes that... These are the notes that Banjo collected in the cutscene, and they are actually here this time. So there you go.
There you go.
We got them.
Oh, wow. Also, this room, I thought for a second that painting was the guy from SpongeBob.
It looks like it.
The pirate.
No, it's he was gonna be the bad guy in Project Dream. Originally.
Oh, I've heard of Project Dream. Okay, yeah.
He's actually in Banjo-Kazooie as well. Yes. What was it? Captain.
Oh, I can't tell you his name. I definitely don't remember it. We will find out, though, in a couple weeks when we play that.
Yeah.
Don't forget the puzzle piece this time.
I was...
So is it, after you finish this level, is this where you're gonna stop for the day?
Yes, this will be everything back again. And again, only go just over 3 hours. Not too bad.
Yeah.
And I helped to go by faster.
I appreciate both of you joining today. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, no, you know me. I'm a huge Banjo fan. Like, I think like yours and Bro's guides were like my favorite guides to watch, and yours especially because I love 100% commentary stuff.
You know,
I don't see that very often anymore. So
yeah, guides are cool. You know, speaking of I was gonna say, speaking of people who do like everything on like a Let's Play, I used to love Chugger Conroy. I used to watch him all the time.
RC Shaggy says it was Captain Black Eye.
That's what I thought, Black Eye.
There you go.
I kind of stopped watching him because, like, I like his videos, but I don't know, he uploads almost too much. I feel like I mean, I don't really have much to do. I'm not like, oh, I'm so busy I can't watch it, but he uploads like 30-minute long videos every day, and if I miss one episode, I'm like, now I'm too far behind.
It's hard to find a nice balance between like uploading too much or uploading too little, and I feel that too when it comes to videos. And I did that thing the other month where I did like the 4-minute reviews and tried to upload one every single day.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of work, and also I'm curious. I'm like, I hope people aren't getting mad because I'm like bombing their notifications and such.
You missed a few days. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, the plan originally was like every day,
Yeah,
but
no, that was nice. Yeah, those were entertaining.
eventually I
liked
realized
doing
it was a bit too much. So that's why I kind of took a step
I
back
wanna-
on that. Oh, so here, Max, here we're gonna find out about your door thing. So there's a door.
Okay.
Oh, so
well, Christian says you can break the door from the inside.
is that
That's
the
probably
door you were
just me.
talking about that I just broke?
What? Oh my gosh! I didn't even try that. Oh,
Interesting.
Hey,
so
Andrew.
sad.
I have a stupid question because I haven't played the game in a while. Aren't there like 2 Mumbo tokens behind the fire?
I think there's one, but
Is there only one? I
oh,
keep thinking there's 2.
I,
It might be a
I will
it might be
double
a
check. I will
Mandela
double check.
effect that I just started believing.
But it was so funny. I didn't even realize you could break that door. I thought the whole point of the house was that like
You couldn't get into the front.
the door's locked. That's why there's an
Interesting,
entrance.
interesting.
Yeah.
I think we just got one in there, Azul.
Is it just one? Okay.
No problem,
I don't
though.
know. My brain's.
So the big Mumbo token controversy in this level is that there are 2 Mumbo tokens that have the same collection flag. So if you get one without loading the other one, the second one won't appear because the game will already
Oh,
think you
no.
have it.
Which one is that?
So those 2, one of them's in the cellar. We loaded that one but didn't grab it, and the second one is inside of the sewer down the toilet. And what did we get here? We got Joseph Leo. Thank you so much for subscribing. Hope you're enjoying the stream and having a great weekend.
I love the token. It's so funny how they say "ekum bokum" or whatever they say.
Oh, Grant.
I love
Grant
it.
Kirkhope just freaking loved doing that.
Okay, so down the well, down the toilet.
If you want to
always
see one,
Where's the
I always
second?
confuse.
Oh,
I always confuse Grant Kirkhope and
well, down the
the
toilet.
guy who did the music for Spyro. Forget it. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I just do. But
they
I know.
both, like their music is very like whimsical, like.
Well, but also the guy who did the music
Oh,
for Spyro.
oh,
I think
God.
it was Spyro. He was the drummer for the Police.
Oh, nice.
And so, like, whenever I think of Grant Kirkhope, oh yeah, Grant Kirkhope was in a band. I was like, no, it wasn't. That was the other guy.
No,
Yeah, no.
you want to know one of the, like, if you want to know one of the nicest people, like on Twitter, Grant Kirkhope is.
He
really-
seems so
yeah.
cool.
He's
Mike-
so nice. He's interacting with me. He's actually let me advertise like one of my videos in a comment section.
That's cool. Yeah, Mike Pollock's also really nice on Twitter.
Yeah, like I'm so happy. Like there are still like some really nice people on Twitter because like.
Mike
like,
Pollock
Grant-
always responds to me when I ask him something.
That's awesome.
Take care, Christian.
Christian, have a
Bye,
great night.
Chris.
You saw us get the notes that we couldn't get last time, so there you go. We finally wrapped up that saga. Hope you have a great night,
Oh.
Christian.
Oh, I forgot to say.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say earlier we were talking about the Wii U Pro Controller. I was gonna say, have either of you guys played Binding of Isaac?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
That game is amazing with the Pro Controller because you know how it's like a twin stick shooter. So like the ones like if you're playing on keyboard, one like WASD does the movement and arrow keys do the shooting, so you can shoot in any direction. And it's so good on the Wii U because with the Pro Controller you have the 2 sticks and one is moving and one is shooting, and it's so nice with the Pro Controller. And I just remember like the Wii U Pro Controller is so good for twin stick shooters.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm looking at Super Tom Brothers thing. The reason why, well, and it still sucks. They should have still credited him as the person who wrote the song.
There it is,
The
everyone.
problem is. The
Oh,
problem
nice.
is. Oh yeah. So okay, that makes sense. The problem is that he doesn't own the rights to the song. He was contracted by Nintendo to write the song.
Yeah, that's the thing with music. There's a lot of legal issues. It always sucks. Like you know the whole thing about how like Michael Jackson bought like the entire Beatles catalog in the 80s. You guys know about that, right?
Yeah.
And so Paul McCartney says whenever he plays Hey Jude, which is a song he wrote, he has to pay Michael Jackson's family money.
Yeah. Because it was owned by the producers of.
Well, yeah. Well, it's kind of funny. It's okay. Obviously, Michael Jackson probably wasn't a bad guy, but it kind of feels like he took this nice advice and kind of abused it, because Paul McCartney said that when they were doing like Say in the 80s, he basically told him, oh yeah, we don't own a lot of the rights because, we were young, and Michael Jackson was like, huh, interesting, and then he bought all of them.
Yeah. It's just music producers taking advantage of.
Yeah. Paul bought a lot. I think he bought like 50% back, but they're never gonna let him get any of the good stuff. Like they're never gonna let him get Hey Jude. They'll be like, no, we want that. We want your money.
That's
a lot of like
thing of business.
A lot of the lesser popular Beatles songs, I think he did buy back, like 50%. But...
Did he at least get Yellow Submarine back? That's the most important one.
Yellow Submarine. Most Beatles songs. I'm not that's the reason why I don't listen to a lot of video game music. I'm not a big fan of instrumentals. I like words.
Interesting. I'm the opposite. I mean, I can take words, but I really like instrumentals and such.
That's why.
Have you listened? Like you, I know you've watched some of my Yakuza stuff. Have you listened to the OST for Yakuza 0? Like the whole OST?
I mean, no.
It's amazing.
What's the? Well, I'm gonna use the nice term. You listen to real music?
See, I'm indifferent. I like music if it sounds good.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty biased. I mean, my whole thing with music, I only really listen to old music. Like most of the music I listen to is like stuff from the 60s and 70s. I don't really like new music. But like the only video game music I really like is like I love Crush 40 because it has words.
Sonic Adventure 2. Yeah, I mean that's great.
Oh yeah, well, moving around at the speed of sound.
Yeah, so no, they do a bunch. I mean, and I mean also the ones that weren't Crush 40, like Endless Possibility, and Sonic Boom, from Sonic CD. Love that one. Like City Escape and Live and Learn, and even some of the other stuff, like because I have like their greatest hits. Sonic, like it's like an album. I have it on iTunes.
So you listen to the Shadow the Hedgehog OST then, because like that.
Well, yeah. So the greatest hits has All Hail Shadow and I Am All of Me.
Oh yeah, those are like the two best ones.
So we're getting ready to wrap up here. Actually, we have now beat Mad Monster Mansion 23 minutes and 23 seconds to get everything, including those notes that we missed last time. After I get this last Cheeto cheat here, I think that's where we're going to end it off, and I'm going to collect things like, the Witch Switch Jiggy and the last Cheeto code next time. Or should I?
I have no idea what a Cheeto code is.
You never found any of them? Actually, I'm tempted to get the last Cheeto code so that we can, enter it next time.
It's not hard to get.
Is this the game where if you put in cheats, it deletes your save file?
Well, see, you're given 3 cheats in this game that are really more just like upgrades.
They're upgrades.
They're called cheats, but yeah. So they're not actually cheats. The ones that you're thinking of are ones that like you'd have to look up online, and
they're like the ones that would be like the note door cheat.
Yeah, like not even like Infinite Air. Like there's a lot of cheats you can use. Yeah.
It's crazy to me that this game actually deletes your save file.
Well, kind of. If you have the file backed up on a cloud.
Oh yeah.
It won't. But like
because there are games where like they'll hint at it, but like Animal Crossing, for example, there was all those rumors that in like there was all those rumors that in like a random Brazilian version he actually would, but no, in the American, in the original game, if you reset enough, he'll say he will, and then the screen will fade to black, and then he'll just come back and be like, "Did I get you?"
So on a YouTube channel that I help out for, we actually did that for one of we had Mr. Rossetti at the bottom of our Jerks and Games video, like top 50 Jerks and Games, and like we included that specific one. I think it was like for the GameCube game.
Welcome, Boomer Bear. Hope you're having a nice day. Yeah, we're just wrapping up here, but thanks for stopping by. Hope you had a nice weekend. But yes, Azul?
And like, yeah, that scene where he will like make it look like he's turned the game off is real. It exists.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah,
it's terrifying because like you're like, oh my god, I worked so hard and he's getting mad at me for resetting the game.
I'm usually really good at resetting. I don't know. I love Animal Crossing, but I'm one of those like I don't feel right. I don't like time traveling in Animal Crossing. I feel like if I get that not every, like Animal Crossing is a lot of commitment. I get it. If you want to play it properly, you basically need an hour of every day for several months at a time.
Yeah.
But like I know in New Leaf you have to reset once to get everything.
Yeah, because resetting will pop out.
Yeah.
Kind of a funny thing, a little off topic. So I don't play Animal Crossing. I've never played Animal Crossing before. I just know about it.
Yeah, I love Animal Crossing. I've played most of them.
Yeah.
New Leaf is the best one, and I don't think that will ever change. I don't know if the issue with New Horizons is New Leaf really felt like a peak of the franchise. Like it felt like it really built upon everything. It had the most amount of. They gave characters that were introduced in the previous game and only had like maybe a small. Well, they gave them their whole own entire store. Like in the Wii one, you go to like the city, and there's this guy that like polishes your shoes. And in a New Leaf, they gave him like his own store, and it's awesome. And then New Horizons did this thing where the whole thing was, oh, you can build things and you can put things wherever you want. It's like crafting, and that's cool. But
I messed up. I messed up in reverse this time, where I left the level without coming back to get the one in the cellar.
Oh.
So it despawned.
So now you have to play the whole game again?
Shut up.
Third time?
Shut up. Shut up.
Technically it counts.
It doesn't count towards the totals. And there's no, but now you can see how, bah humbug.
Yeah. So, the reason why I brought up, like, Animal Crossing, why I don't play it, I actually have to play something similar now, because Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, which released a few months ago, has the Noko Island, which is literally an Animal Crossing clone.
Is that in real time? Like Animal Crossing?
It is not like it's not in real time. There is an in-game timer where the day will slowly So it's like closer to older games.
Because it's like I get why people don't play Animal Crossing. Like I said, you need to if you want to get the full enjoyment out of it, you have to commit at least an hour a day for multiple months. Every day. I get it.
The funny thing is, this game has taken inspiration from several Nintendo games.
I saw a video on it. It's pretty cool. There's like a Pokemon mode too, right? Yeah.
It's called.
That's funny.
The Pokemon mode is called Sujimon.
That's funny.
That's actually in the previous one, but they have a Sujimon Stadium now.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
So the funny part about what just happened is that I think it's really interesting that I collected one of the Jiggies in one of our playthroughs and the other, one of the Mumbo tokens in one of our playthroughs and the other one in the other. Like, I think that's really interesting.
Yeah.
So now you can watch both to see how to get both of them.
That's funny.
And they're technically they're both on screen in at least one of them.
That counts.
That counts. Yeah. Different timeline.
I think when I did mine, I think I did get both of them because like I recorded them all in one run.
So you're not gonna play this a third time. You're just gonna accept that.
The Momo tokens aren't recorded on the stat screen and therefore are irrelevant.
Okay.
In my mind.
Well, I was gonna say,
is
there an achievement for getting all of them? Because I wonder if you played. Well, I wonder if there was because you got one and then the other. I wonder if it would give you the achievement because you technically got.
I don't think Mumbo tokens have an achievement. Please tell me they're not.
Okay.
Thank God. But here's my defense: is that this is technically considered part 3 of the same Let's Play, so I technically collected both of them in the same Let's Play. Done.
That counts.
Done.
That counts. Yep.
It's done.
Yeah. No, but so saying like Animal. Oh,
yeah,
sorry. But Animal Crossing, the new one on Switch, it really got rid of a lot of the character in exchange for crafting, which I don't know. I like Minecraft. I'm not gonna say Minecraft is bad, but I am gonna say it makes me sad when games value that more than other things. So like New Horizons, it got rid of most of the stores. The few stores it did keep, they didn't upgrade at all. A lot of the character was gone. The 3DS one had an island you could go to with like mini games. That's gone. Now there's like basically nothing to do in multiplayer other than just walk around and stuff. What else?
This is the Xbox. Jackson, this is the Xbox 360 version. Widescreen HD achievements with a few glitches out of them.
Yeah.
He's playing the Xbox arcade version.
Yeah. You know what's funny about the Xbox One version? If you go to the home menu and you try to exit the game with the go back to Xbox Live Arcade thing, it just takes you back to the home screen on Xbox One.
Yeah.
It's the same thing here, where if you try to do that, it just takes you back to like your dashboard. Like, what else would that do? I never understood that.
I'm maybe back in like the late 2000s, maybe the arcade was like its own. Maybe back in like an old interface, the arcade was like its own section. I don't know.
Well, the thing was that because this is basically using the Rare Replay version.
Was it that weird thing that they did where you could launch games from like a arcade where you played as your avatar? Was that what it was? Was this in that?
No, I don't believe so. What I do know is that like this version, or like the Rare Replay version, is just an almost immediate clone of the Xbox Live Arcade version. So, like, they didn't have a button for...
Whoa! The shoes literally walked out of my trajectory. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Don't you? That sucked.
That's so funny.
Oh wait, right.
Yes. Oh god. Okay, forget this.
But I was gonna. One other thing about Animal Crossing is also one thing that's crazy about New Leaf is that New Leaf got a huge, humongous free update 4 years after the game came out, and all physical releases of the game after had the update on the cartridge. It's like best case possible scenario.
That's
for
good.
A game.
That's good.
And it's amazing. They added so much stuff. They added a whole extra area. Well, it was because of amiibos. That's why, because like amiibos were a thing. But it's and none of the amiibo stuff carried over to New Horizons, and it sucks. They had like, it's insane how much they added in. Oh, also, New Leaf had, remember the play coins? You could use the play coins to buy fortune cookies, and they gave you like an item, and it was random every time. They were all Nintendo themed items. You could get like Wario's hat, or like you could wear the Majora's Mask. You could get like a full clothes set of like every major like Zelda character. Like you get the Sheik outfit, and like they had every different version of Link. It's really cool, and you can get all these clothes, and none of those Nintendo items are in New Horizons except for like the Mario hat. And then also the coolest thing, and I'm so sad they stopped doing this. You could scan an amiibo and invite. The way that you did it was like you could scan an amiibo and you could invite them to like go to your campground, and then you could talk to them and they would like move into your village. They had Nintendo themed villagers you could get with amiibos. So if you scanned like the Twilight Princess Wolf Link amiibo, you could get Wolf Link as a villager.
Huh.
That's amazing.
And it's also, if you scanned the Link, the Wind Waker Link amiibo, you could get Medley as a villager. It's awesome that they added all these like I think there was a Ganon, there was like a pig villager that was Ganondorf. You could get a horse villager that was Epona, and then you could even get like a squid villager that was like from Splatoon, that was based on Splatoon. It was awesome.
Super Tom Brother mentioning that they ruined Animal Crossing when they got rid of the NES games you could unlock. I love when games have fun. Unlockable retro games like Super, Metroid Prime. You could play like the NES Metroid and stuff in there. But yeah, the Virtual Console really did wreck a lot of that. Yeah. Super Tom Brother saying Click Clock, what is boring having to climb the tree 4 times? Plus every time you fall, it's tedious.
That's where I stopped. So I'll have to see.
But with that, Boomer Bear, you are correct. We now got everything we need to take on Rusty Bucket Bay. But that will be in the next part, as we finally, I think we should pause and double check our stats. Make sure we actually collected everything we need this time. Anyone who brings up the Mumbo token will be banned. 777.
Andrew,
what's a Mumbo token?
Andrew, what happened to that Mumbo token in the basement?
What's a Mumbo token?
All right, though. Yeah, this was
challenging authority.
This was really fun today. It was fun trying to beat the levels as fast as I could. Again, we won't talk about what happened in Bubble Gloop Swamp, Freeze Easy Peak. Wasted a couple minutes in Gobi's Valley because I was silly. Mad Monster Mansion had some silliness as well. But overall, I think a day well done, job well done, and thank you both so much for joining. It was great. I appreciate you, taking it away. Really, kind of did most of the commentary there.
How many extra Mumbo tokens are there?
There's
30 something.
So like, okay,
Extra
so like how many do you like? How many if you don't go for all of them, how many extras do you need that you don't need to like spend on a transformation? Like how many extras are there?
I think there's like 5.
Okay, so it's not that many. Okay,
No,
I wasn't sure.
I think it's in the 30s.
Is it in the 30s?
Because I think there's 25 of them alone in Click Clock Wood.
Oh,
so,
you're right.
How many transformations are there?
Mumbo's Mountain, Bubble Gloop Swamp, Freeze Easy Peak, Mad Monster Mansion, Click Clock Wood, so 5, right?
Okay, so the bee's the last one.
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Yeah, I don't like the bee. I don't like how slowly. I wish you could ground pen with the bee because it's so annoying trying to land.
The 10 puzzle pieces.
Okay, there are 70. There are 41 extra Mumbo tokens. There's
Wow.
Well, that means for Andrew, there's 40 extra.
Did you see that? Did you see that? Oh boy.
What'd you miss?
Where's the frickin' door? Here it is.
What'd you miss?
You should know what I missed. And there's a reason I missed it, but I forgot to go back and do it.
What did you miss? I actually don't even know.
Freeze Easy Peak extra.
I did. Thank you. Okay. Who mentioned that? Who mentioned that? Daniel, thank you.
The stream continues.
I just want to go.
Yeah. You want to go eat or something, whatever.
Nah, it's only been 3.5 hours. It hasn't even been that long, so I'm not complaining.
Andrew, Andrew doesn't know the true meaning of suffering. I've spent 4.5 hours playing Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories.
I was in quite a bit of pain by the end of the 13.5-hour Mario Wonder stream. My hands were like frozen as if they were holding a controller, and they hurt for like the rest of the day.
Dude,
look at that. Andrew has to spend more time. I mean, there's more time to talk about Animal Crossing.
Yeah, that's true.
Just kidding. No, I was gonna. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
There's no way the swamp too. There's no way I missed one in the swamp. We suffered through that that crocodile thing.
You were mentioning your 4-minute review videos, and I really enjoyed the one about the e-reader. I really want to get an e-reader.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, because I don't know if you guys, you guys don't play Animal Crossing, but I don't know if you saw some guy. Apparently, the original Animal Crossing is really popular with the speedrunner, technical crowd, because it has a lot of weird glitches, and it's really interesting to see how people kind of abuse that game. And this guy who started a channel just about weird Animal Crossing music, he made a program. He made a program that lets you print out new e-reader cards.
I've seen that program, but whenever I tried it, you have to have a proper paper. I think the gloss, it needs to be glossy and stuff, or it doesn't work properly. So I want to point out this race sucks because just like everything else in Banjo-Kazooie, it has rubber banding. So you'll get ahead of him, and it'll just be a requirement that at some point he passes you, and then you can pass him back.
I'm assuming since you're not on the sled, he can knock you out of the way easier.
Yeah.
The trick that I learned, and I did this for the 4th Canary Mary race in Tui, is stay behind him the whole time.
Yeah, let them get a little bit of head, and then kind of overtake at the end. Which we're gonna get to that in Banjo-Tooie, but my problem with that race was I would always come out, blasting at the beginning, and then she'll just pass you, and you'll never pass her again. This is the freaking rubber band.
Well, what you do is you just let her pass you at the beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, sorry.
Oh no.
And then, at the hill, the last incline, blast as much as you can.
Right.
Because she will not have time to rubber band.
Come back here! I'm back here! No!
Oh, Andrew!
I won!
Well, I was also gonna say,
you actually did it!
Oh my god. Alright.
The stream went a little better than the last one I was in because I didn't accidentally blurt out any swear words.
Whoa.
Didn't get your stream taken down.
Thank you.
Yeah, Andrew knows I'm a chronic swear. Like I chronically swear, so
I try
I
to.
legit don't like have to think about not swearing because like I do swear.
I kind of do too.
Yeah. People scaring me with Bubble Gloop Swamp thinking I only had 9, but no. You guys tell me.
10.
I'm pretty sure everything else is perfect now.
Yeah.
The only ones that doesn't have a full 10 is Gruntilda's
Very good, very
Yeah.
good.
But one thing that's really cool about the e-reader program, I think Super Tom Brother mentioned that the NES games in the original Animal Crossing,
Mm-hmm.
2 of them are completely inaccessible without this program now, like at all, because they didn't even get released. There's actually the entirety of the original Legend of Zelda and Mario Bros. In the game, but they never got released, and you can't get them with there's like a password system where you can get like any item in the game by like telling a password to Tom Nook. But you can't get those through that. The only way to get them is with this software, because they were never released on an e-reader card.
Hey, Andrew, before you go, I'm looking at like you know how like the Mad Monster Mansion token has the same flag as the one in the basement and the one in the toilet.
Yes.
There's one that's in Click Clock Woods that's the same way.
Yes, I think I've read about that one, but the thing about that one is that they're both in the same room. So, but again, it's really important to note because you don't want to leave the level or such, and then one of them will disappear. So yeah, but I think they're both in springtime, right?
They are.
Okay.
I'm literally reading it right now.
There's one down by Mumbo's hut, and then there's one up by the Eagle. And yeah, they also have the same collection flag. So if you collect one, leave the level, come back, the other one won't be there. But as long as you don't leave that room and you get both of them, you're good. Oh, I can't believe I screwed that up. But again, I shall getting both of them in this one playthrough. So
I don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't exist, Andrew.
okay, good. Yeah, see, you're not banned, Max. What's your opinion on this?
I don't know what this game is.
All right, perfect, everyone. So with that, any last thoughts? Things to wrap up?
What's your favorite Pokemon, Andrew?
Oh. Maybe I don't know. Furret's fine. I like the memes.
I love Furret.
Yeah, right. Furret's great. So maybe that. Furret's great.
Yeah,
I love Furret.
I got nothing to say.
Have you seen the 6-foot long Furret plush?
Yes, that looks cool.
I want it so bad. I want one.
But otherwise, then yeah, thank you everyone so much for joining tonight, and thank you Azul and Max. It was wonderful having your commentary throughout.
Yeah,
I don't know what I would have.
Fun.
I don't know what I would have said about these levels the second time, other than pointing out all my hilarious mistakes. And to everyone who joined in the chat, thank you so much. Really happy you all enjoyed today.
Thank you, Daniel. Pokemon. Exactly.
Yeah, Daniel. Thanks for reminding me about that race there.
It's your favorite Pokemon. Exactly.
But otherwise,
Pokemon brought to you by Mario.
Mario.
Perfect then, everyone. Thanks. Next Thursday then, we'll probably wrap up now that we've gotten all of our progress back. And yeah, thanks again, everyone. Hope you have an excellent rest of your weekend.
Andrew doesn't say Mario. He's not a real Canadian.
Mario, is that a Canadian thing? A boot?
I think it is.
That is not a Canadian thing.
Oh no, that's like a New Jersey thing.
That's a Northeastern thing.
Okay, you're right.
All right, we'll sort this out and see you all later. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.